Please note that this content is for adults only. Viewer discretion advised. If you haven't yet, hit the subscribe, like, and share. Hello everyone and welcome back to another live stream with me, Grizzly K. This is Grizzly True Crime and this is a very happy day. You see that? No helicopters in the sky. They captured him. I'm like, I had to do like a triple take. What? Sorry, what? They captured him? Someone sent me a message to say he was hiding in a woodpile, but I don't know. We're going to find out all the details. There's going to be a press conference in half an hour, 9:30 a.m. Eastern time. Who's excited? Can I hear your applause? I even wrote a little bit in all caps there. Did you see? In my pinned message there. Wait, what's happening here? I even wrote in all caps. I was like, what? He was captured. So, okay. I think we could take the flight radar off just about now. Let me play you this quick message. Wait. Before I do. Welcome to all my moderators. Thank you for everything you do. Welcome to all my patrons. Thank you for everything you do. And actually, my bad. I told you I'd update you as soon as we're live. And I didn't do that because I got so excited. I hit go live. And I'm like, let's do it, guys. So I'm going to quickly tell the patrons as well. Welcome to all my members. We're going to listen to the scanner message. You guys are like, oh my word. Are you ready? Am I hyping you up here? I can't wait. I can't wait to hear the details. I don't know if there's footage out there of it or not. We're going to look at a whole bunch of videos and things. Let me just quickly do this. He has been captured in all caps, okay? Live here. There we go. Okay, patrons, you know. Here you go. And we're going to update you. Okay, so let me play this for you. Listen.
Radio room, Chester County.
Not that. Listen to this.
The radio room, Chester County government, and the various other agencies working on the prisoner escape are proud to announce the subject is in custody. Repeating, subject is in custody. Authority of the radio room, time 08:18 hours. The radio
08:18 hours. Oh my word. Huh? Heather's like, sticker time. Thank you so much, Heather. Really appreciate it. Let's quickly go here. Yes, you guys are all excited there on Twitter. So we'll listen to all the details. But that means this morning, daylight, huh? They caught him. I did hear this morning there was, a heat signal, so thermal imagery. They had a male subject, and then they're like, oh, it's just a heat signal. And I was listening to all of that. I'm like, I wonder. Jillibean says there it was on Fox News. I wonder why my screen keeps doing that. Like, why doing that screen? Stop messing with me. Okay, so Fox 29 is here. Let's quickly see. That's ABC. Fox 5. Let me just see this one. Oh. Okay. I wonder if they can show us something here.
In the area they were looking,
within the perimeter.
Basically.
Welcome, everyone. Welcome.
100 where it intersects with 23. Never got very far from that. People mentioning Collegeville, that's where the prison is, where they're headed.
Got some footage. We's in there. Captured alive. Damn.
It looks like Sky Fox is breaking up now. Oh, there we go.
Oh, let's see.
We're going back to, once again, the video of when he was first captured, when they were wiping off his face.
Well done, guys.
Now that I remember, it's Skipback, isn't it? Specifically? Skipback Township is where that prison is. Where a lot of famous prisoners. Was Al Capone in there?
Yep.
At one point? Yeah, Eric Freen is housed there.
What are we whispering? Wow. Can you believe it? Sorry, I'm just sitting in silence, like in awe, watching all this. How about you guys?
So we're going to be hearing from Bob Kelly soon, and we're going to talk more
Perfect. Thank you.
It's interesting.
About this and the perimeter and where exactly this is in the perimeter.
People are now
Why is this popping up? I don't know why my
on
screen is doing
Twitter
that.
or X, whatever you call it.
Yeah, on X.
admitting that
We all like Twitter or X.
Jennifer, I know she watches the show. Says, yeah, U.S. Marshals came to my house. They swept our property in Glenmore. That happened on Monday. They told us they would get him, and now they have.
Oh my word. Okay, okay. Just give me 1 second here.
We are back with a Fox News alert.
Okay, we're gonna look at that clip now.
A lot of people are watching the show, say they want to.
Just gonna put that there. Breathe, everyone. Can't even believe it. Okay, trophy wife, you say, got a text of his capture from Chester County 30 minutes ago. If you do have that, please do show me. Let me just quickly go here. I just want to get this screen. Yeah, that should be good. All right, you got a text. Can you send it to me? Can you send it? Carrie said, now that this POS has been captured, let's start showing the same ferocity and unrelenting manhunts for other dangers to society. More so notably Vincent J. Sanchez, 32, Reading, Pennsylvania. Vincent J. Sanchez. Okay, thank you for your time. Thank you so much, Carrie. $100 super sticker. I really, really appreciate it. Wow. Okay, so now what I want to do is, where's that clip I had for you? Stand by. Oh my word, I can't believe it. I'm just so excited. This one. Cavalcante captured and they were wiping off his face. Have you ever heard of that? In your life? What? Thank you so much, Synergy Girl. Really appreciate it. Okay. I just want to put this chat off and see if that helps. Okay, let's play this clip.
Alert, Pennsylvania State Police announcing the capture of escaped convicted murderer Danelo Cavalcante. They're set to hold a press conference at 9:30 this morning. He's been on the loose for almost 2 weeks now.
13 days. Hallelujah. I mean, this guy is in custody now. He's back. He'll go back to prison. He escaped, remember, shimmying up the wall, doing that crab walk.
He did,
there
he did.
is, after he took this, stole this green hoodie from the farmer out of his car and shaved his face. And this was him caught on a Ring doorbell. He apparently went to some co-workers' houses, asking them for some help, I believe. He broke into a house and took someone's rifle.
Tried to contact his sister,
Right,
who's
who was
also here
deported.
illegally, who will likely be deported. Remember, he
From
is an
Brazil.
illegal immigrant who's facing murder charges of his
Remember, they had
girlfriend.
to shut down schools because parents were so scared that he was in the vicinity. He was in that area, and they were worried he'd try to break into school.
Welcome,
And also,
Carrie.
he got his survival training in the jungles of Brazil. He's done something similar before, and he's already breached the perimeter that they thought had him lassoed in. And I think it's also important to
So
point
relieved.
out how resourceful he is and how much worse it could have been, because he's stealing guns, going into people's houses. This guy is looking at the rest of his life in prison, and he had nothing to lose, and thankfully no other lives were lost.
Press
I did not
conference
think
in
he was
27
coming alive.
minutes.
Yeah, armed and dangerous. They're saying that he may be in custody. We think he's still alive. Escaped prisoner in custody, it says. That's what the PA police are telling us. But he is charged with stabbing his girlfriend more than 30 times in front of her son and daughter, who were young.
Yeah, the perimeter, as you mentioned, Ainsley.
Speaking of which, did you guys see that article that came out about his mother? Oh my word, she makes excuses for him. She literally said, well, he had no other choice. He had to kill Deborah because she cornered him. And I'm like, what? I couldn't believe what I was reading. Did you guys hear that? Allie B from Tennessee said they had to wipe they had to wipe off baby boy's face. Woohoo. Wonder if they took his shoesies and snappies. Well, they took his shoesies yesterday, right? Oh my word, I cannot believe this. This is very exciting news. Day 14. And Danelo Cavalcante, Danilo, Brazil, you want him? Danilo has been captured. Whoa, what an absolute wild manhunt this has been, huh? I was really worried this morning. I actually put a clip out on X as well, formerly known as Twitter, where they said on the scanner that there's someone called in to say that there's someone who looks just like this escapee on a motorbike. And that was quite far south from the perimeter. And I'm like, oh no, here we go again. Oh no, please don't say he escaped the perimeter, and definitely not on a motorbike. Dolly Daydream, thank you so much. Okay, so let's continue to watch this. I'm going to fetch that article for you.
Expanded multiple times. Multiple times they thought they knew where he was and were closing in, only to have him escape. quite brazen, the extent to which he would go into people's homes, steal vehicles. He stole a medical white van, went in and stole that 22, was shot at 7 times by the homeowner in the middle of the night. From what we understand, he is in custody. We don't know the condition of this escaped illegal immigrant, again, who shouldn't have been in the country in the first place, is facing murder charges, his girlfriend deported, potentially, and now he
His
appears
sister,
as
not girlfriend,
his sister.
I was just gonna say, girlfriend? What do you mean girlfriend deported? Sister! Okay, Lori Lowe said, thank you for such great coverage. I wish they slapped him after they stripped him on TV. So excited. I want to know how this all went down. Are they going to show us videos or what? What are they going to show us? Seacow says 1 month after T-Rex. Yes, now the community can rest. That is so amazing. Okay, continuing on. Sorry to interrupt there.
Deported. Now he's in custody.
Right. A couple of things to keep in mind.
Are they going to show
Once
us?
they got him, you got to look back at that prison.
Ooh.
I mean, to have 2 people
That's
escape
true.
the same exact way.
I'm going to
and
make it a
then
bit quicker,
people are
okay?
saying that prison is understaffed. That prison can't get guards. That prison has so many people on overtime, some are just not even showing up. And then you look at the cops and law enforcement and how they're underfinanced, underappreciated. This is a symptom of that. And it's extremely embarrassing, but they finally got him all these weeks later, and it could have been so much worse. In about 30 minutes, we're going to get the details. We have a press conference.
So he's a little guy.
do.
I think he's 5 feet tall. His name is Danelo Cavalcante. Here's his picture. This is
Thank
his
you.
mugshot. When he has the beard, when he has the mustache, broke out of prison by doing that shimmy up the wall, and then got up on top of the roof and learned that someone else had done it the same way in the prison. And that's where he got the idea. And if you watch that video of him shimmying up the wall, doing that crab walk, he looks around, he looks in the glass door, no one's in the glass door, he looks around the corner, no one's there, so he feels like this is his chance. And he shimmies up.
I'm going to go forward because we know all that already. I just want to see that. Yes, this is what I want to see. There he is. Cavalcante's right. His hair is pretty long there. It looks pretty hectic. What the hell happened to him? Whoa, this is so hectic. Okay. Emergency notification, Chester County 911. Thank you so much for everyone who sent this to me. It says, this is a message from the Pennsylvania State Police. The search for Danelo Cavalcante is over. Did you get goosebumps? Because I did. It's over, okay? The subject is now in custody. Yes. It's going to be quite a press conference, huh? They're going to be like, okay, now we could say, well done, you did it, you caught him. Huh? The needle in the haystack. I mean, it was very difficult terrain. It was. Lenny, thank you so much. Really, really appreciated. Whoa. So let's have a look here. Like this. What?
By the lookout, because the tower spotted him.
Look
and
at
they got
this,
him.
Brian.
This is it, and this is a live. Wow,
Live footage.
Live footage.
wow, that is a different
That must be
hairstyle
his
than we
rifle.
thought.
Yeah.
And Nate Boy says the ground crew, the aviation's been pulled back. The ground crews have gone. They got him. And
We saw. There's nothing on flight radar. We don't have to watch that anymore. Can you believe it? In this case, at least. We'll still watch it for other cases. Dolly Daydream says, thanks for being here, G. Been looking for Grizzlies all night. I know, I got those emails of people saying, wake up! It's happening. And I'm like, well, I'm watching. I was monitoring all over the place. Yeah, I was listening to the scanner and wow, it was hard to believe, you know, until I saw it from the Pennsylvania State Police. I'm like, damn, they actually caught him. Dolly Daydream, thank you so much. Really, really appreciate it. So I'm pausing this video the whole time because it's just unbelievable. And I'm just looking at it like kind of frame by frame. Can you believe this? So he must have surrendered because they didn't shoot him. I mean, we were pretty sure, right? We're pretty sure that it was going to get really ugly. Peter Bronzo, Harlem Raiders, former lieutenant, NYPD says that's the rifle he stole. Oh, okay. You mean that they just yanked away from him like that? Oh, wow. Okay, I see. Let's play it again.
this is it, and this is a live. Wow,
Live footage.
Live footage.
wow, that is a different
That must be
hairstyle
his
than we
rifle.
thought.
What? This guy. I'm going to show you that article from his mother as well, huh? Whether that's before or after the press conference. Press conference in 20 minutes. Carrie Summers. Oh my goodness. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much for your $50 super sticker. What? Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Sure, we can all sleep. Isn't this amazing? Aren't you excited that we can actually get some sleep? All of us. Doesn't matter what time zone you're in. I'm pretty sure all of us watch this non-stop obsessively, right? Because it's so scary for the community there that this killer is running around on the loose, able to hide, able to evade, you know, so many law enforcement officers, like 400. There were canines, you know, the thermal imagery. Sure, the SWAT team, board tech, troopers, investigate, everybody. Everybody was there. Wow. Jill said, kudos to you, G, for bringing the coverage on this. Oh, thank you so much. I can't believe what it turned into. Remember last Sunday, you guys, I started covering it. There was crickets all over YouTube, and I'm like, I'm gonna bring this to the Grizzlies, and we're gonna share it. Yeah, okay. And then, whoa, within a few days, this case was like, damn, this case went all over the place, which I'm so glad they got the information out. I'm so glad that the guy that he shot at was not... I think he did shoot at him. I think he shot him in the leg. Someone said he shot him in the back too, but I think it was in the leg. From what I heard, I'm glad that he was okay too. Queen Bella said they waited till he was sleeping, right? Yeah, look at this nasty head wound.
Yeah.
And Nate Foy says the ground crew, the aviation's been pulled back, the ground crews have gone. They got him. And I believe, Pete, is National Guard involved there?
Look at all the police.
I don't believe.
Is that not National Guard?
That is not. A lot of federal and state law
Thank you,
enforcement
Black
have
Widow.
that kind of camouflage uniform. So that I do not believe is not. That's not the National Guard.
They say
That's the more
police.
specialized police forces, probably brought in. I know we heard.
Oh my word, they look so excited. I can't wait. I can't wait for this press conference. Have you ever seen me this excited before? I don't know, man. We need good news. In true crime, we need good news sometimes. This is excellent news. Wow.
There was federal help coming in.
Right.
So you've got specialized manhunt teams there. And if you're dealing with a wooded area, which much of this is, then you would want to have woodland or some type of camouflage. Those are law enforcement officers, not National Guard.
So the quick thing, that is dramatically different from the Ring doorbell. I mean, didn't he have a
Yeah,
shaved
he had a
head?
well, he had
Could
a
that
hoodie
not
on,
have
so you
been-
couldn't
Get a
see his
hoodie on.
hair.
Wow.
You couldn't see his
So it was
hair.
pulled back. So
Yeah.
Okay.
And he shaved. You look.
Look at him. And where's he going to go now? And it's LWAP, right? And he's probably going to get more charges. He's probably going to be in solitary confinement. This is the best when they capture these guys. Remember the Brian Laundrie days? Looking for him? And then they found remains. And we're like, damn it! We want to see them brought to justice. Veronica said, OMG, I don't know what to do with my life now. I know, right, Veronica? What are we going to do, guys? Don't worry. Don't worry. There's a lot to do. True Crime never sleeps. We're following the Gareth Pursehouse trial. We're following Rachel Morin's case. That's also essentially a manhunt, even though we don't know who the guy is. We got to keep sharing that video. There's so much going on. Okay, so don't you worry. I'm going to be here for you all the time. We're here, okay? Thank you, Veronica. I really appreciate it. Wow, I'm going to play another video after this.
Completely different in the shaved pictures with the hoodie on than he did in the in his mugshot.
We must be getting helicopter footage there, I would imagine, at this point, following that capture. Shows you how many assets were on the ground.
Yeah.
Looking for him. Looks like he's wearing an Eagles sweatshirt, probably took or stole from somebody else. He changed his pants. I remember we heard those were discarded at some point in the process.
But I mean, how terrifying for all the neighbors in that area. They were shutting down schools. They were telling people to secure your property, make sure you have a weapon with you. I mean, I'm sure if, for women out there, I wouldn't want to be in the house by myself.
right, and think about this. The self.
Thank you, Angel Ray. I literally brought it to YouTube. I remember because I felt like, whoa, I wonder who's going to be interested in this. I hope my audience will. As a content creator, you sometimes like, I don't know. You just never know. What will your audience respond to or not? And you guys responded. That was awesome. I think that the boots on the ground guys were unfortunately not there during this capture, right? That sucks. The one, I think, went home and the other one had to go away for a few days. So, wow. But they were out there for hours and hours getting lots of footage and things. Joey said, super weird how they are posing. I don't think it's weird. It's like, it's almost like I don't like hunting, but it's like, you know what I mean? It's like hunting the dude, and I would probably also, if I was them, be like, look, we got the guy. Look at this. What a moment in history. Wow, and in 14 days, I mean, that's less than half the time of the average capture. If I missed a sticker or something, I'm so sorry. Sorry about that. I'm trying to keep up with all of them. Tanya says, if you see the footage, the boots are way too big for him. That's what I was waiting to see. Like, how big are those boots, eh?
Of all those police officers. They're dealing with a murderer who had them up 24/7 for days, and you know how they feel about him, but they're treating him with respect.
You can see the vehicle says Special Response Team on it. So they've got highly trained units out there looking for him within the cordon perimeter. Obviously, we don't see a rifle on him at this time. I wonder if there was any exchange at that particular moment. There we go. You see at the bottom right-hand side some of the weapons that were used. You got long-range
bulletproof
sniper rifles.
That was the rifle they took from him? Is that a 22?
I don't know. Do you think
It looks like it.
It doesn't look like
Lieutenant Peter Pronzo said it was. Yes. Yeah, and you say, I believe the transport van is a Bearcat style bulletproof van.
rifle that the law enforcement would be carrying. So Chris,
You can see
our
the white- is that the
stage
scope of
manager
it?
who knows a lot about rifles was pointing that one out. That likely,
See it? He's holding it
yeah,
up.
see it right.
You can see the mahogany wood or whatever.
Oh, they're cutting the shirt right off.
It's got a scope on it.
Yeah.
Is that a visible
22, that's
tattoo?
And that's his.
What?
That's his back, his bare back.
Why does his back have... Oh, yeah. We didn't see it before. We didn't see it before. I'm like, wait, what? There it is. Former gang member. We see you now. No, I don't know. I don't know what that is. But wow. Okay, shirt's coming off.
Right? What are they cutting
Well,
off the shirt?
I gotta imagine.
Are they each going to get like a piece of it or what?
And they're also verifying. You can verify with tattoos exactly who he is. They're also, you want to make sure there's nothing in that.
Right.
These are probably pretty standard protocols of what law enforcement is doing. You just usually don't get
Hasina, please send me the link.
this kind of shot.
You know what? Off the top of my head, they don't know if he's wired with something.
Sure.
Right? So you got to cut him away.
Or if he has other weapons, right?
Right.
Well, you would imagine
He looks lean and strong, huh? This guy survived for a long time out there.
they would have done an initial hasty search, no doubt. I mean, to pat him down and determine if there was anything else on him. Now that you're booking and processing and transporting him, they'll go to the next level. You see that? They're taking.
CGC is kind of invasive to cut clothes off someone on TV. I don't think this is someone. This is a double murderer who's cost the USA about $1 million a day. It's day 14, you know what I mean? So I think they can cut his shirt off like this. Yeah. Yeah, show that. I mean, at least he's alive, you know what I mean? So the Angel Rock said, I found out when Cavalcante was caught around 8:20 a.m. my time. I kept checking because I knew he'd be live. Hell yeah, of course. Of course I'm live for this. Hell yes. This is news. This is if I was sleeping and you're like, wake up, I'd be like, okay, I understand.
Photos, maybe there's a tattoo on his wrist as well, but certainly on his back. These are all things you use as evidence to identify.
I heard in one report that he also committed a crime in Brazil, a similar crime. Has that been verified?
I've heard that too. Again, confirming we're not getting the best on a lot of these people that are crossing illegally.
Right, we don't know much about them.
Maybe wanted in their own.
Okay, I just want to, there's a lot of talking going on here, right? So, which is fine. That's fine for them. I just want to play some other footage. Ooh, okay, there is, the pants are coming off too. Man, he's had that on for days. For days. Let me put the sound off here quickly. Play that, and there's some more from Fox 29 showing, of course, from the helicopter, the transportation. So, press conference in less than 15 minutes. Very exciting. Maybe I should show you the post as well from the Pennsylvania State Police in case you missed it, or from the Chester County District Attorney. Oh, man. Never coming out again. Never again. Definitely. Solitary confinement, I wonder what the other inmates, whenever he arrives, are going to say. They're probably going to be like, dude, tell us everything. Or what? Sure. What a story. Lindsay Martin says, I wonder if the guy in the garage did in fact graze his head and just thought, oh, all 7 missed. Exactly. That too. I wonder. Okay, let's put some other footage on for you. Here we go. Wait. We're going here. I also want to quickly... Danelo Cavalcante. My goodness, people sharing all these things with me. It's so exciting. Look there. Breaking. Law enforcement taking a picture with Danilo as they work day and night to catch him. Let's look at the picture. Oh my... They're literally posing with him. They're like, okay, guys, pose for the picture. I don't blame them. Do you blame them? Wouldn't you? Don't you wish you were there? I'd be like, look at this. Sure. What an epic capture then. Yeah, we don't have to see that anymore. We've seen some of these pictures. I see you guys are all sending me close-ups and everything. Thank you for that. Yeah, we've seen that as well. They just caught him. So now let's look at this footage over here. Let's go back a little bit. I just want to see. Oh, they're just showing the car the whole time. Okay, we'll play it from here. From the helicopter. Off they go. Sure. NEP says, Grizzly True Crime. I was up multiple times during the night, but just got you. Should I start from the beginning? They got him alive? Well, I've just been basically celebrating with you guys. Like, they got him. They literally got him. So exciting. Let me find you the Pennsylvania State Police statement as well. So this is just showing the vehicle, which I'll keep going here so that we could see. I just want to show you because I had to see this too. No, it's like, no, this is not a joke. This is official. Okay. Pennsylvania State Police. A press conference announcing details of the capture of Danelo Cavalcante is scheduled for 9:30 a.m. That's Eastern Time at the Poe Marlin Fire Company, 36 Firehouse Drive, Kennett Square. Cavalcante, they said here earlier, it was believed to be within the perimeter, and they again defined that perimeter, and this was 53 minutes ago. I think it was. Let's refresh and make sure. How long ago was it? 54 minutes ago, where this officially went out there. And I'm like, okay, no, that's official now. I heard a lot of things. I saw a lot of things, but I'm like, I don't know, man. We've had lots of like false alarms, lots of rumors, lots of things, lots of sightings. So many sightings, right? But they actually got him. Wow. Blessed Mom from Texas, thank you so much. True to It Connections asked the tough question. Now, how do you all feel about law enforcement doing a good job? I mean, they did good. Yeah, they did do a good job. They caught him in 14 days. Okay. Wow. Queen Bella says, I wonder if they said captured instead of cheese for the picture. So, while we watch this footage, I'm going to... Let me actually... Hold on. I just want to see... is it this one? Where was that article? I don't know if it was this one. Hold on. Stand by. Yeah, captured. Okay. There was a whole little write-up here. The frantic manhunt for a convicted murderer who escaped from a Chester County prison has come to an end after the fugitive was taken into custody nearly 2 weeks later. Danelo Cavalcante, 34, escaped Chester County Prison on August 31st by scaling a prison wall, climbing through a razor wire, and jumping from the roof to freedom. His escape triggered a massive manhunt in lush terrain of Longwood Gardens that continued 20 miles north. Can you believe it, shame? He didn't. It's not actually shame. I don't feel sorry for him. Don't get me wrong, but like shame. He didn't get the help he wanted. He went and knocked on all those doors. No one would help him. They called the police later, right, when they looked at the footage and everything. Apparently his sister did sort of try to help him. I'm still trying to figure out how, with what, where, you know. But, man, that guy just clapped it, as I would say in South Africa, west, and then he ran out of gas, abandoned the van, and he was literally just running around like a dumbass in that area. Can you believe it? Thank you so much, Carolyn. Really appreciate it. Sorry if I'm shouting as well, guys. I'm very excited. Very. Phoned Mr. Grizzly immediately. I'm like, guess what? And he's like, oh my word, thank goodness. Okay, so they say here the escaped killer was taken into custody alive Wednesday morning. I did not expect to see that. I didn't. Did you? I did not expect to see him taken in alive. Mercedes says, do you think Danilo smiled for the picture? I don't think so, but it would be funny to see if he did. So they said his escape triggered a massive manhunt. Yes, the escape killer was taken into custody alive Wednesday morning. Sky Fox was live over the scene as handcuffed. Cavalcante was escorted by crowds of law enforcement into an armored vehicle. Sources tell Fox 29 that he was found in a shed at a John Deere dealership in Pottstown, holding the rifle that he stole from a homeowner days before. Wow, and someone left a message here earlier that said it's not Skipback, it's Greaterford. So I don't know, here they say Pottstown. Maybe we could still map that out. Where was that? A John Deere dealership? What? Someone said, yeah, they wiped his face because he was bleeding. And someone said dog found him under logs. But I think, yeah, not Dog the Bounty Hunter, a dog. Okay, you guys? A dog. That's right, Tracy Lopez. Lock him up and say footsack. You're learning from Karin, huh? Hierdie stouter kabouter. Yeah, lock him up and he'll probably never, ever get wreck time again. Right? Okay, so here they say capture from... Everyone was sending me this as well. Thank you again to MB Inc. I always tell you guys about MB Inc. He was one of the first that I saw that sent me this news. And I'm like, sorry, what? Like, no, wait. I'm just going to have to do a quick deep dive. Yeah, is it for real, though? Is this for real? I've gotten a lot of emails over the last 14 days, you know. Well, I actually started covering on day 4. No one was talking about it before. And the police initially went on it. It was the district attorney's office. They were like, don't worry, we'll get him. And then the PSP joined and all of that. There we were, right? So for the last 10 days, a lot of emails. They got him. They have got him. So I was a little desensitized, you know what I mean? When I got this, I'm like, they really got him? They really got him? NEP Snortcorp. Yeah, Snortcorp. He's now back. Okay, so they say capture. He was found in a shed on the property of a business along Pottstown Pike. Are they showing us a map here or what? Littles? Pewtown? Hey, we want to see an actual map. Hello? Where? Well, they're just showing road closures there. Ooh, there's that picture. Okay, so we've got that. Hope you guys are excited. Sorry if I'm missing your messages. Alyssa said, great job by law enforcement. I kept saying they were doing what it would take. Thank you, Grizzly, for bringing this to the forefront. Also glad they got him alive. He needs to spend time in prison for what he did. Justice for Deborah and Walter. Exactly. Thank you, Alyssa. Really appreciate it. And while I was saying earlier, I wonder if they would send him, you know, back to Brazil or anything, but apparently not. Also because the sentences there are a lot less. You know, he might not spend his whole life in prison there. Ooh, okay, thank you. We want that. That's what we want. Julia, thank you. 2551 Pottstown. I'll continue reading this in a moment. Let's just see where it was. We've got to do a final map time here. Pottstown Pike. Well, this is 2552, so Where? Oh, wow. Okay, wait. Sorry, I'll make the map bigger for you in a moment. Just hold on. We're going to do this. Move it here. Okay. Wow. So it was just outside of the perimeter. Or what? Sort of in it. Almost outside of it. Whoa. Look at that. Thank you, Julia. If that's it, I'm getting that from Julia. Captain Katie says, even as I sit here, retired from a lengthy law enforcement career, there are little words to describe the ultimate rush of officially or finally capturing that wanted man. Thank you so much for being here. Yeah, William says, little tractor dealer. Yeah, little John Deere, you guys. Tractors. A tractor dealership. Wow. Oh, that's true as well. Someone's saying they were cutting off his shirt as well because they can't dare uncuff him to remove it. And don't uncuff that guy. Oh my word, imagine that. If they're like, and we're transporting him, and then, I don't know. It's one of those again. He escaped again. Jason Bourne is at it. What? Oh, Book Girl says, Little's is a John Deere store. Okay. So that was on that map there that they showed. Little's, a John Deere store. Thank you so much. I hope the community... I hope you guys are okay. Hope you can breathe easy now. You could rest easy. How long? 4 minutes to the press conference. Wow. Okay, so let's quickly look what else they said here. The capture of Cavalcante ends the nightmare of the past 2 weeks, Chester County officials said in a statement on Wednesday. No further details surrounding the reported capture have been released, but officials are holding a press conference to provide an update at 9:30 a.m. His capture comes days after a massive police presence swarmed the area of Fairview Road in East Nantmill Township when a driver reported seeing Cavalcante crouched near Woodline. Shout out to that driver. She saw something, she called it in. She didn't go, oh, I don't know, man, why would it be him? Or she's like, I saw someone crouching there. I'm calling it in, and then they immediately went to that area as well. So, you know, that would help to start tracking him as well. Adam Van Kuren said, Little's Tractor in Bucktown, south of Pottstown. Thank you so much. Little's Tractor. Okay, I'll look it up again. Was it that same address that I put in there? Okay, and yes, they saw a heat... I was following this. I was following this today. They saw a heat signature from drones last night about 2:30 near the creek close to the silos. Yes, and was that close to where he was captured? I also want to know that. All right, so we're waiting. How many minutes? 3 minutes until the press conference. Pennsylvania State Police also reported they recovered Cavalcante's prison-issued shoes and his shoesies and a light green-colored hoodie that he was seen wearing on recent doorbell surveillance video. They believe Cavalcante swiped a pair of work boots from the porch of a local home. Throughout the manhunt, residents within the search areas received reverse 911 calls from Pennsylvania State Police that advised residents to shelter in place and lock themselves indoors. By nightfall Tuesday, authorities shifted their focus to an area south of Coventry Township, where they established a new perimeter, which we looked at yesterday, that encompasses areas within routes 23 and 100, Fairview and Nantmill Roads, Iron Bridge, and County Park Roads. They advised residents to lock buildings, properties, and vehicles. Shar Deem said he was literally captured at the Little's location, hiding in the shed. Thanks for all your coverage. Thank you so much. Okay, I'm going to have to get this press conference going. Dana said, are you working on your vacation, G? Always. Always. Always working. Okay, wait. So what I'm going to do is, we're just going to do this. They're still driving, okay? I'm going to bring this over so we don't miss this press conference at all. We don't want to miss that. Make sure we see everything. And we're going to boost it if we need to. It's been the press conference sound has actually been quite good. Huh? Here and there we boosted, but yeah. Yes, we saw he's bleeding from his head. We did see that. Thank you. The orphan, welcome. Kim says, your excitement is infectious. I'm so excited, on my word. Okay, so we've got 1 minute. Now, let's not miss this. Come on, live stream. Can't wait. Can't wait till... I've never been so excited for a press conference in my life. Precy said, as soon as I ate the snap peas, I manifested it to happen. I like that. Did you all collectively eat some snap peas? Okay, quickly there. It's a minute to go. Quickly. Littles. You know? Littles? What's it called? Littles. What's the address, guys? Please send me the address if you got it for Littles. I don't want to miss this. Go. Wow, Jackie says, it's over. I'm still in hospital and dozed off earlier. Hope you feel better, Jackie. And yes, it's over. Marie said, I hope the lady who called in the sighting gets the reward. That as well. Chili Karen says, little man, caught at littles, appropriate. Right? I can't see it on the map, so tell me. Send it to me. Send it to me. Okay, quickly. Refresh. Is it there? Oh, keeping us on the edge of our seat here. Ooh, maybe the dog bit him. True that. Maybe the dog bit him. They better be having it here, right? They're gonna be. Yes, the press conference. Watch at Chester County District Attorney. Okay, good. More live. This is the one day that they're not getting it going before us. Like normally I'm like, refresh, refresh. Where is it? I'll refresh the screen a million times. Teresa sê, so baie Afrikaans, dis so lekker om te sien. Groete in Engeland. Hey, groete Teresa. Stouter kabouter is now being caught. Okay, we're breathing. We're still breathing. We're still going to look afterwards, so hang with us as we watch this press conference. There's going to be a very exciting press conference, and we're going to be going through that article of what his mother said earlier, what the mommy said. Oh my word. Can't believe what she said. That victim blaming was next level. Yes, Babs, they caught him. They caught him. Yes. If you're just joining now, they caught him and we're about to start a press conference. Oh my word, why are they late? Debbie, thank you so much for your sticker. Really appreciate it. Okay, are people sending me things? Close up, the place of the capture. There we go. Thank you so much, Cam. Oh my goodness. Driving us crazy. Okay, cool. Here's some coordinates. Don't want to miss this. Don't want to miss this. Maria, thank you so much. Really appreciate it. He must have been quite, yeah, quite injured, huh? Heather said, this press conference will take more preparation. Oh, can't wait. Okay, quickly put this in here. Oh. I think it's here. Is it? Oh, the littles. Okay, there. I got it. I got it. Littles. Let's look at it. Where? Map time, you guys. This is the littles? Here's the John Deere, yeah. Wow. And he was hiding in the shed where? At the back somewhere? Look at all the little John Deeres. So cute. Whoa, okay. I can't anymore. Come on, start the press conference. Thank you, CB Kansas. I'll take that. I'll take that. It's true. No one was quite interested. Hey, he's going to the SCI prison in Phoenix. Okay. SCI prison in Phoenix. Oh. Catherine says, "Ai, jyna lekker to hear South African accent on one of these channels." I know, right? I'm South African, you guys. Hulle het hom. Wow. Where? It's not happening here. Go, go, go. Let's quickly go here to present time. Anyway, there. Is this still happening? That's still happening. Okay.
And from what I was told from him.
Say it. Wow, there he is. Okay. Come on, people. Formerly known as Greaterford Prison. Oh, okay. Okay. So let's just see what they're doing as well. Fox 29 is still just driving him, I think. Let's just see this live just to see what they're doing. I think they're just preparing. This is a huge moment. Such a huge moment. To replay watchers, I'm so sorry. Look at the timestamps, okay? Penny Lane, thank you so much. Okay, I'm checking. What are they doing? Okay, yeah, Fox 29 has got this up. Right? So they're preparing. Thank you. They just haven't started on their Facebook page. Penny Lane, thank you so much. Yeah, they're probably drinking champagne. Okay, waiting. We're waiting for this live press conference moment. Can't wait. Captured. And I can't believe alive. I'm so shocked. Yeah, they are literally still getting information. I don't mind. They could take their time. This is going to be very exciting to listen to. Yep, here they come. Sort of. Maria says, thanks, G. Love my Grizzlies. And love you guys too. Yes, presser time. And are we going to Grizzly boost it? Probably. Let's just check it what they're doing here still. Ooh, and they're still driving him. This one I've got going live. Okay, I've got two of them. Look at him go. Yeah, not a happy camper there. Obviously, duh. But look at him. You were caught, bro. And wearing a gray... Where'd you get that? Where'd you get that? Yep, we're live here. Okay. You guys are still asking for the link for the scanner? It's been in my every description box. Here it is. Here's the link to the scanner, okay? Yeah, so when you guys are like, oh my word, there's a press conference stream. Well, if this is from Fox 29, they're not started yet. At least we can see behind the scenes what's happening. Otherwise, yeah, I would be freaking out a little bit. Like, where are they? Lucy said, now you have to make a new sticker of a boot. Do we really want a sticker of a boot? That's true, Alyssa. D said he's going to a medical facility first. Well, let that not be a Christopher Haynes situation. Have you guys heard of that? That's another manhunt going on right now. He escaped from a hospital. So keep him handcuffed at all times. Okay, cuff both hands if he's going to a medical facility first. Boo, she says, oh my word. Oh my word. I know, right? Okay, so they're still sitting up here. We can hear it happening. You know, we can hear the background noise there. You just see them. And this is him. He's in this car, right? Wow. Danelo Cavalcante. Caught. Over after today. Well, if there's any other updates, I will let you know. If we can, I don't know, hear... Is he going to get another mugshot? Ladybug says, does he have his boots on? Lol. Apparently he did. Apparently so. And they do look pretty big. These pictures are a little blurry. But if I find some better ones, I will show you. Thank you, Ladybug. Okay. Still got this going. I'd still probably play this one. I'm just glad that they're showing what's happening here behind the scenes, right? Okay. Kerry said, yeah, I've been following that too. The escapee from the hospital. I know, it's pretty crazy, right? Scott Royal, thank you so much for your sticker. Really appreciate it. Alright. While we wait, let me bring this over so you could see. I mean, I don't know, this picture's a little blurry, but you can see the shoes are pretty big. Right? So we're looking at let's look at the latest here. Okay. They're taking a picture. Suburban cops after catching a teenager with 1 gram of... What? What is going on here? They're taking a picture. Oh, that's such a close-up picture. Okay, whoa, trigger warning everyone. What? YouTube, don't shut me down. Damn, that's a close-up picture. Yes, I know. I was watching you guys. T-Rev757 was live. I know. You were all sending it to me. I'm aware. I don't live under a rock. I'm still gonna say that. Where do you think I'm lurking? He's the only one that was live at the time, right, as well? Everybody was sleeping. I was listening in. Scanner going all day. Streams, whatever streams were happening, going all day. Ooh, Book Girl says he doesn't deserve medical aid. Pour some peroxide on it. Eee, imagine that. A little bit of peroxide. Look at this picture. Sure, that's very... I mean, at what point did he make plaits in his hair? Can we just discuss that a little bit? Bro, you were braiding your hair at some point? Look at him go. Someone's gonna be like, that's my hoodie! Whoa, here we go. Here's another picture. Oh, yeah, he's not smiling. Is he smiling? No, he's not smiling. Yeah, Trigger Bonnie. You say that looks photoshopped. It looks like a very close-up photo or Photoshop.
4:03. It's Wednesday. It's
Yes.
raining. It's 9:40 a.m.
Test, 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 test. Ah, they're testing the sound. Test, test, test. Yoda Mama says, thank you for all your work. Now, go. Have a good vacay. Oh, thank you. I'm only gone for 4 days, you guys. But yeah, don't worry. You'll see me. Don't worry. Thank you so much. Yeah, braiding and waiting. Okay, sorry. Let's go back here. Look at all of them. Proud, guys. Very proud. And they should be. Just in. Escaped prisoner. Danelo Cavalcante has been arrested after 14 days on the run. Can't believe it.
Okay, it's September 13th, 2023. We have captured the inmate following a 2-week... We're good? Okay.
I'm like, what? They're just testing this out. Ladybug says, no more lil shoesies, big booties, lol. Yes. Hello from Uganda, Semi. I don't know if I've ever seen anyone say hello from Uganda. Hello. I'm keeping the sound going so we don't miss a thing, okay? Just so you know, if you're like, why am I playing this sound? We don't want to miss it. Okay, continuing on here. So there it goes in this bulletproof Bearcat-styled van. Bearcat, I like that. Lieutenant Peter Pranzo told us. Sure, yeah, lots of blood. My goodness. I mean, it doesn't really look photoshopped. That's for real, I think. Ooh, that little hair plait. Let's look at this one. Now we can see the boots a little bit. Zooming in. Yeah, those shoes are way too big for him. Laurie said, what day did he escape? He escaped on Thursday, August 31st. And he was sentenced to life without parole on August 22nd for the murder of Deborah Brandau. So, life without parole, August 22nd after a whole trial, of course. Jury found him unanimously guilty, so he was convicted, sentenced August 22nd. August 31st, he escaped the Chester County Prison, which is a jail. And I hope that you saw the escape. I'm sure you guys saw it, right? Everything's on the playlist if you haven't been following. I think in between there I also made a summary video for you. So, yes. You're like, Georgia boots? I don't know. What kind of boots are these? Someone's going to be like, those are my shoes. That's my hoodie. I don't think they want it back. I mean, they've cut it off now too. But yeah, keep that. Thank you, Elizabeth. You say they are showing that pic surrounding of the mass SWAT. Yes. Yeah, Ronald McDonald shoesies. Mm-hmm. I can't believe it. Law enforcement taking him back to prison. Yeah, let's see this. That's exciting.
See ya, motherfucker.
Sorry about that, everyone. I think that was a deserving statement there. Kerry said, not only unanimously guilty, but within 15 minutes. That as well. Yes. Yeah, we saw the footage of them wiping his face. Oh my gosh. They wiped his face. What? Noto said, woohoo, enjoy mini vacation. Oh, thank you so much. Rescue Puppy said he underestimated USA law enforcement. I really think he got injured, right? He must have got shot. Were those 7 shots that were fired at him? He must have got shot at some point. When did he get injured like that? And that may have really slowed him down, thank goodness. Yeah, look at them all posing here. Probably all posing. He's like getting ready to pose for a picture too. With that gun that he had stolen. There's the dog. Good job, buddy. Thank you too. Yep, you're amazing. Head wounds bleed a lot, even if small. Yeah. But girls like, bye-bye, monetize. And don't worry, the stream's not monetized anyway. I never want to interrupt live streams, or even for sometimes days after. I don't want you guys to watch live streams with all kinds of ads. So don't worry, but bye-bye, yeah. Wow. You know, why do they say 9:30 when it's not really going to be at 9:30? Come on, people. Can we get started now? We're so excited. Are they going to have him there in a cage? That would be so cool. They could secure him like in a cage and have him there next to Lieutenant Colonel Bevins. You know, Bevins? Right there. That would be so cool. But I don't think that's going to happen. They're going to take him straight to prison. So, SCI prison in Phoenix. SCI. Okay. I'm just keeping on looking here. Sure. I'm sure his mother's happy he's alive. You right? Although, in that article, when she was defending her baby boy a lot and saying he had no other choice but to murder Deborah because, you know, she cornered him. Yeah, he had no other choice. I'm like, what? In that article, she said if they find him, they might as well shoot him because he doesn't deserve life without parole. I'm like, what? That article was insane, really. Kath said maybe the injuries in the woodpile. I bet he's loving the kudos and attention, though. I don't think so. But you never know. But the posing for the group photo is funny. They captured him around 8:15 this morning. Wait, where's that message that I played earlier? Just hold on 1 second. I'll find it again. Is it this one? Yeah, this one. Let's play it. Oh, they're gonna start.
Okay. Are proud to announce the subject is in custody. Beating. Subject is in custody. 30 of the radio room. Time 08:18 hours.
08:18 hours. 08:18 hours when they said it. Okay, why is there this noise now? Sure. Is it here? What's up with the noise? What's up with the noise? Oh. There you go. Okay, I want to see if they started here. Debbie, thank you so much. You said thank you for your live coverage. We live in Chester County and my daughter and her family live in Glenmore. God bless you. Thank God he's caught. Thank you so much, Debbie. I hope that you guys are celebrating, having a wonderful weekend. Maybe you can all have a Labor Day redo. You know? I'm sure that was a very tense time. No, not back to the Chester County jail. I don't think so. They said he's going to this SCI. They said when they catch him, he's going to... Look at the signal already. Oh, no. Apparently, U.S. Border Patrol captured him. Maybe Bortak. I think Bortak captured him. Wow. Ooh, they're getting ready. Okay. Yeah, breathe easy. For anyone who missed it, he was captured in a shed here at this place called Little's. A little John Deere dealer. Somewhere in a shed. Sure. So if we zoom out, it was here that he was captured. And here's the perimeter they set up. Wait, I'll move it across. The perimeter that they set up, and he was caught just there. So just inside of that perimeter. Wow, like on the border of. That's quite hectic. Valerie says they all caught him. Sarah, thank you so much for your sticker. Yeah, now they're really getting ready. Okay. I just want to see it here. Thank you. Caroline said, too perfect. Littles. He was caught at Littles, you guys. Little man, little Snappy was caught at Littles. Ironic, huh? They initially had also swarmed this area called Journey's End. And we're going to put the boost on, don't worry. Journey's End, which I thought that was a fitting name too. I'm like, imagine if they catch him at Journey's End. The boost will be on. I'm just waiting to see when the Chester County District Attorney actually starts their own stream, right? Let's do this again so people know. Live press conference. Cavalcante captured. So exciting. Best day ever. Still just flicking back to this every now and then. See the quality. Make sure you toggle like this. If you don't know how, you just hit the gear switch and make sure it's on the highest quality it can be, okay, for yourself. Make sure you do that. Yeah, if you don't know how to subscribe, you must hit subscribe and click all. Showing you productive things while we're at it. Come on, start your own stream. Coco says that, great, they got him. Love your channel, G. Oh, thank you so much. Well, they've got the pictures there. Yeah, they're putting the pictures there. Okay, that's second best to him in a cage there. Stefan said, journeys end at littles. I know, right? Journeys end at littles. 14 days. The average time it takes to capture someone in a manhunt is 30 days. So they actually did it. They actually did really well because they did it in less than half the time. Yeah. Stacey Brown says, thank you for your coverage. You're the best. Thank you so much. That's right. That's it. Wait, who said that? Oh no, it flew by. There we go. Loretta said, now they need to do this for Rachel Morin's killer. Yes, they do. Yeah, adios, says Pendizzy. I want to bring this over here, and when it's up, I will put it here. Something like that. Ooh, Lieutenant Colonel Bivens is going to be so extra. Hopefully not snarky, but he's going to be so extra proud, so excited. Morgan says, good job. Sorry I was tough on them. It's okay. 1, we're allowed to have our opinions, right? 2, we were all like, wait, what? When they said absolutely nothing has gone wrong. No, things did go wrong. He slipped through the perimeter multiple times. Yes, he did. And he stole a gun and shot at someone. Attempted murder. I wonder if he's going to get those attempted murder charges added now. Not that he really needs it because he's got life without parole. But you know what I mean. Yeah, Karen says, speaking of Rachel Morin, I'm surprised there hasn't been a bunch of false sightings on that killer. Mm-hmm. The handshakes are coming in. Objection Cake, I love how absolutely defeated he looks. He looks so tired, so defeated. Alyssa said, please help our amazing mods and do not use all caps. YouTube does not like it. Thanks, Grizzly. Thank you, Alyssa. Leland says, wow, I want to print it that fast. Yeah, that's why the delay is there, guys. They were waiting to print the pictures of him. I'm just kidding, but you never know. Preparing everything. Okay, let's see. He was, they're going to tell us all the facts of exactly when he was captured, how, where. We already saw it was at this area called Littles, which was in the perimeter, okay? In the perimeter that they had established in that area. Apparently hiding under like a wood pile in a shed. That's what I heard, right? Yes, Stefan says, now Lieutenant Colonel Bivens can say, we did a very good job. Yes, now he can say it. Yes, he can. Ali B from Tennessee says, they better give K9 credit. Mm-hmm. Sure. Let's just move this down a little bit for you guys. Yeah, so we get a nice view of everything. Cash Flow Solution says, I had to listen to the capture with people I didn't know. I'm so sorry about that. So glad you're here for the celebration, G. The P has been snapped. I repeat, the P has been snapped. Thank you, Cash Flow Solution. But that was like a scanner, right? We didn't see much until we eventually saw. And I'm like, wait, what? This is actually happening. Okay, Johnny. You said, awesome collab of all agencies involved, right? Yes, and thank you, Johnny, for being a member for 18 months. Oh my goodness. You're an OG. Original Grizzly. Are you guys recognizing your governor standing there? People are saying it. Maybe this is the last time in a while we hear the word perimeter. Yeah. So, remember guys, think outside the perimeter. New slogan. Instead of think outside the box, just think outside of the perimeter. Because the guy was outside of it many times. This time, luckily, just inside it. So glad they caught him. Lieutenant Peter Pronzo says he will be charged with escape and attempted murder and possession of a firearm and resisting arrest. Lots more charges going to be added up there. That's the picture of him. We've already seen that as well. Let's quickly scour the internet. And my 1,200 emails. Or a day. So many emails. Alexander says, woohoo, thanks for all the tireless coverage, G. So happy for these residents finally can rest. Yes. We all thought he was going to be caught last week Sunday. Do you remember? We were all together. We're like, oh my word. Start covering the case. What? They've got him inside. They're going to capture him. And whoa, that was an exhausting 14-day manhunt. Huh? I know that we're not on the ground. When I say that, people are like, why are you exhausted? It was so long and so intense. But only 14 days in the big picture. There's Lieutenant Colonel Bivens.
Good morning. I'm pleased to be able to report that thanks to the extraordinary work of law enforcement officials from here in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, our local leaders here in Chester County, and from our federal partners all across this nation, shortly after 8 a.m., our suspect was captured. I want to say, first and foremost, thank God there were no injuries to law enforcement or to the public. We obviously became deeply concerned after the suspect was able to steal a weapon. He was apprehended this morning with no shots fired. I want to say thank you to the dedicated law enforcement professionals from every level who each and every day go out of their homes, leave their families, leave their loved ones to keep us safe. The public over the last 13 days has had a chance to see what excellence in law enforcement means, what true dedicated professionalism is all about. I couldn't be more proud to be standing up here today with these professionals from every level. And while they did extraordinary work, we had a tremendous assist from the public here in Chester County. I want to say thank you to the public for their vigilance. Thank you for the constructive tips that they shared. Thank you for remaining on guard. We recognize this has been a concerning and trying time for each and every one of you in the region. And we want to thank you for your support of law enforcement and for your support of this effort that led to this capture today. I hope the good people of Pennsylvania, and indeed the folks all across this nation, got a chance to see how government is supposed to work, how law enforcement is supposed to work, where we all come together, where we focus on the mission. And while the women and men up here behind me may wear different uniforms and different badges, we were here with common purpose, and that was to apprehend this suspect and keep people safe. Leading this effort has been the Pennsylvania State Police. And I know I'm going to get booed by some of the folks behind me for saying this. I believe they are the finest law enforcement agency in the United States of America, and I could not be more proud to be the governor of this Commonwealth and to have the chance to serve in public service alongside these great leaders in the Pennsylvania State Police. Leading the effort for us is Colonel Christopher Paris, who did yeoman's work overseeing this operation together with Lieutenant Colonel Bivens. All Pennsylvanians, gentlemen, are indebted to you for your bravery, for your courage, and for your tremendous leadership. And with that, it's my honor to bring up the Colonel of the Pennsylvania State Police, Colonel Christopher Paris.
Thank you, Governor. I would like to make a few brief comments. I'd like to dedicate those comments to the victims of Cavalcante and their families. At the end of the day, all of the people behind me here work for justice and for the victims. A close second to the people of Chester County. We appreciate your support, and we appreciate the dedication that you have shown us and the generosity that you have shown us. We are in your debt. This was a major operation. We know that it has affected your lives, and we're very much appreciative of that support. I'd like to thank the governor and his support of us, not only with his physical presence, but his work in Harrisburg on a daily basis. I'd like to thank the Border Patrol, Customs, the FBI, the Marshals, the ATF, our federal partners, the Chester County District Attorney, Deb Ryan, and her Chief County Detective, Dave Sassa. Our municipal partners, too numerous to mention here, in Chester, Montgomery, Delaware, and Bucks counties. We could not have done this without everyone. I would like to thank, from the bottom of our hearts, the members of the Pomar Lynn Fire Company. I know the media has been in and out of here. The hospitality that they have shown us, the logistics that you need to bring to bear in an operation like this, we would have been hard-pressed to do that without them being good hosts to us. Lastly, but certainly not least in any way, shape, or form, to the women and men of the Pennsylvania State Police, thank you. Thank you for your hard work and your diligence. This is my third manhunt with Lieutenant Colonel George Bivens. It's not lost on me that it was 9 years to the day yesterday for the Blooming Grove ambush. And in all of those operational cycles, there is no person who enjoys more of my trust.
Thank you, Governor. Thank you, Colonel. True pleasure to stand here this morning and talk to all of you about bringing this manhunt to a successful conclusion, and without getting anyone else hurt, most importantly. None of this would be possible without the support of this team, represented by members of various agencies standing with us up here, by others standing throughout this fire hall, and by still more who are out there in the field. So let me give you a few details about how this unfolded. As you know, we have been working most recently in a perimeter established in northern Chester County. Last night, shortly after midnight, a series of events started to unfold. First, we had a burglar alarm at a residence near Prizer Road within the perimeter. Our people investigated that, did not find Cavalcante there or anyone else, but it started to bring some of our people into that area. We had been searching an area not far from there already with some tactical teams that night. There was an aircraft overhead utilizing FLIR technology, and close to 1 a.m. picked up a heat signal that they began to track. It was west of PA 100 and north of Prizer Road. Tactical teams began to converge on that location where the heat source was moving. Unfortunately, we had a weather system that also came in, and we had lightning that was flashing all around, and it caused the aircraft to have to depart the area. Tactical teams made a decision to secure that area, that smaller area, as best they could, and hold it through the storm and until we could bring additional resources in and bring aircraft back overhead to ensure that we did not have an issue with an escape. That resumed early this morning, and shortly after 8 a.m., tactical teams converged on the area where the heat source was. They were able to move in very quietly. They had the element of surprise. Cavalcante did not realize he was surrounded until that had occurred. That did not stop him from trying to escape. He began to crawl through thick underbrush, taking his rifle with him as he went. One of the Customs and Border Control teams, BORTAC, had a dog with them. They released the dog. Some of our PSP CERT members were also there, had him surrounded. The dogs subdued him, and team members from both of those teams immediately moved in. He continued to resist, but was forcibly taken into custody. No one was injured as a result of that. Excuse me. He did sustain a minor bite wound. We had medical personnel at the scene, and they took a look at that. Cavalcante was, as I said, taken into custody. He was transported to our Avondale station for further processing and interview, and he will ultimately be transferred to a state correctional institute where he will be housed and begin to serve his life sentence. In just a few minutes, I'll open this up to some questions, but before I do that, I want to turn this over to one of our very close partners, District Attorney Deb Ryan. I know she would like to say a few words, and again, then we'll be happy to take your questions following that. Deb.
Thank you, Lieutenant Colonel Bivens. Today is a great day here in Chester County. Our nightmare is finally over and the good guys won. We owe a debt of gratitude to all of the first responders for their tireless and dedicated efforts in bringing this fugitive to justice. They worked around the clock, and we are deeply grateful to all of them. Our community can finally regain its normalcy and breathe a collective sigh of relief. This would not have happened without the collaboration and efforts on behalf of a multitude of agencies. I need to thank the Governor, Colonel Paris, Lieutenant Colonel Bivens for his unflappable and dedicated leadership, the U.S. Marshals, the Chester County Detectives, the FBI, U.S. Customs and Border Patrol, the Department of Emergency Services, the Sheriff's Department, and every single person who went out into the field in the most horrendous conditions. We had weather problems, we had terrain problems, and a ton of obstacles that prevented our capture from occurring as expediently as we wanted. We have the best people in the business, and we never lost faith that this capture would occur. We knew that it was just a matter of time. The scope of this manhunt was extremely impressive. The brave men and women who went out there every single day are our heroes, and I am proud to be a part of this collective team of people who worked around the clock to bring this man to justice during this monumental challenge. They utilized every piece of advanced technology, dogs, drones, helicopters, every asset available was put out for this capture. I can't express our gratitude deep enough to all of them and to the community for their support. We received dozens and dozens of donations, well wishes, and kind support from everyone in the community, and we thank this firehouse for housing us. We know we disrupted their lives for a while. One of the first calls we made upon learning about this capture was to the Brandow family, who, as you can imagine, had been living in a complete nightmare. They are so grateful to the men and women who helped with this capture. They can now finally sleep again. I can't thank law enforcement enough for their efforts. Thank you.
This is Deborah.
Okay, with that, we will be happy to take your questions. Yes.
With the helicopter overboard, we saw the arrest taking place. There was some criticism about the photo op that was taken with the fugitive. Can you explain how that's actually a standard procedure, or what's the reasoning behind the photo op with the fugitive?
I'm aware that there was a photo op that was taken out there. Those men and women worked amazingly hard through some very trying circumstances. They're proud of their work. I'm not bothered at all by the fact that they took a photograph with him in custody. Again, they're proud of their work. They kept the community safe. I say thanks to them and good job.
Sir, did he say anything in the moment that he was captured, and you released the name of the canine officer who'd been hit during his capture?
We will probably not be releasing the name. And in terms of anything that he said, we need to use an interpreter, and he has been taken back to the station, and at that point, we will attempt to interview him at the Avondale station.
He didn't say anything upon capture, anything at all?
I'm not aware of it. If he did, I don't have that information.
Your officers were authorized to use lethal force if he didn't actively surrender. Was the goal to always take him in alive?
That's always our first choice and preference. Again, that option is only to prevent the escape of a very dangerous individual. Had they not been able to contain him, that would have remained an option.
Who specifically made the arrest? Which organization?
It was a combination. It was a combined group of the Border Patrol and PSP.
Captured. When he went into the van, he was stripped and had his tattoos photographed. Is that normal procedure?
Yes.
Wait, the thermal imaging happened at 1 o'clock. Was he in the same location when you found him?
Wait, I'm sorry. You'd ask first, Nick.
Was he asleep when you found him?
He was proned out. I've not been told that he was asleep. I'm told that he was proned out trying to hide and then began to crawl away.
Was it the same location when you had the thermal imaging at 1 and you found him at 8?
It was in that close proximity to that, yes.
What was he saying about anyone else helping him?
No one was assisting him at that point.
Sir, what was the agency that was flying the helicopter that first spotted the key?
That was the DEA, and that was a fixed-wing aircraft.
Were you worried as law enforcement that you had to down the plane and there could be another chance for escape? I mean, that's obviously the plane had to land, but what kind of risk did you have to calculate with that?
Well, you know, as I've told you throughout this investigation, there are always things we have to contend with. Everything isn't scripted and doesn't go perfectly. And so it's just another challenge. Worried, I don't think is the word that I would use. We simply had to adapt. And so we secured that inner perimeter while always keeping our outer perimeter secure, so that if he did manage to get out of that inner, we would box him in yet again.
Senator, how tough an adversary was he? You've led some very high-profile, difficult manhunts. How tough an adversary was he compared to somebody else?
You know, I don't know that he was particularly skilled. He was desperate, and I've said that all along. You have an individual whose choice is go back to prison and spend the rest of your life in a place you don't want to be, or continue to try and evade capture. He chose the evade capture. He was in good shape, obviously able to climb, as you saw, to get out of prison. But ultimately, as I said all along, we had an amazing team assembled here, capabilities that are just very formidable. And I was confident all along that he would eventually be captured. And ultimately, this team, and I credit all of them, for bringing together their collective experience, the resources, and being able to apply that and capture him. It's never easy to find someone who doesn't want to be found in a very large area.
Previously, you said you were reserving comment on if anybody was helping him throughout the search. I know you said no one helped him this morning. Can you say now that he's in custody whether he received help these last 13 days?
There were people who were intent and intended to assist him. We had been successful. To the best of my knowledge, we had been successful in preventing that assistance from reaching him.
Is that a good assistant?
Yes.
There had been some frustration, some criticism from the public as this was stretching on. Now that it's over, do you consider this anything other than a success?
No, it was absolutely a success. And I got to tell you, I think by and large the public stayed amazingly supportive. I had some third grade students stop by yesterday and drop off letters and notes of support for all of these responders. We put them out for them to see at briefing time and things. That's the kind of support we saw from this community. There will always be criticism. There will always be people who think they can do this job better, and they're entitled to that opinion. What I would tell you is, again, I put my faith in this group of experts, this group of seasoned law enforcement professionals, the dedicated men and women, not only of the Pennsylvania State Police, but of all of the other partner agencies who went out there every day. I'll put my money on them any day of the week, and I believe the community supported them and continues to.
Will he be charged with escape, and when will those charges be filed?
We'll be discussing with the district attorney what, if any, charges will be filed. But for right now, again, there is a commitment, and he is going to begin serving his life sentence at a state correctional institution.
He was his sister now.
She is in the deportation proceedings. That will proceed as had been initiated.
You know where Cavalcante got the eagles?
I'm sorry?
You know where Cavalcante got the eagles hoodie from?
I do not.
Other than the rifle, what did he have with him? Did he have anything else?
Just the clothing and things that he was wearing.
Did he attempt to shoot? Did he attempt to try to engage?
He did not have an opportunity to, no,
How
sir.
many officers were on the ground as you
I don't have an exact number, but looking at the teams we were sending in there, in the immediate vicinity was probably 20 to 25.
And can you tell us more about what those 20 to 25 look like? Like, do they have specific armor? What
Yes, they were tactical. They were a tactical team. You would expect camouflage, full armor, long rifles, that kind of thing.
Which agencies?
Customs and Border Patrol was their BORTAC team out of El Paso, and then Pennsylvania State Police CERT. It's our Special Emergency Response Team.
Colonel, once on the ground, from they've now pinpointed him, right? They're
Yes.
on the ground and they're quietly moving into place. Length of time?
From that point, probably 5 minutes. It played out fairly quickly once they had identified him and moved in. He detected them at that point once they were already in position, and again, he started to crawl away, and it played out very quickly then.
Sir, what is your greatest lesson from this 14-day manhunt?
You know, I don't know that there's any single lesson. I will tell you that I learned something from all of these, and as I told you before, I bring that experience to the next one. And so I just go back to, it's all about the team. It's about assembling the right group of people, the right technology, the people with can-do attitudes who will stick with you through the investigation, and that's what we did. And it's worked well for us in the past, and I'm sure will work well for us in the future.
Colonel, said there were people intending to help. I just want to see if we can get a little more detail from you on that. You did mention you did confirm the sister was intending to help. Who else might have been intending to help? And can you give us any details?
And the reason I'm not going to talk about that again, as I mentioned, we will be discussing with the district attorney whether there will be any additional charges. I don't expect that there will be on that aspect, but we want to have that discussion before we disclose anything else.
Help police to catch him? Did he stop because of the rain this past night?
No, I think he stopped because his normal pattern was to travel in the late evening, early or overnight hours. Whether he got tired or whatever, normally he typically didn't travel then later at night, and he typically did not travel during the day unless we pushed him. And we did have several instances of that where he was pushed and had to move. But you know, he doesn't have night vision or anything like that, the type of technology that many of our operators had out there. And so traversing rugged terrain is difficult to do. I believe it was just easier for him to do in the late evening hours and late afternoon.
Bloody in that picture, is that all from the dog bite?
I believe that's what caused it. It was a scalp wound, and they bleed pretty significantly. I'm told there was not any significant injury.
Did he have a phone?
Just one, ma'am.
He was able to get a car and a gun, or a vehicle and a gun during this 2-week period. Is that surprising? Are you sort of astonished as something happened more by that?
No, I mean, all along, you know, we asked people to secure as best they could. Unfortunately, he was still able to acquire some of those things. Again, those are just some of the challenges we deal with in an investigation like this. Our people rise to those challenges, and ultimately, again, he was successfully captured.
I know that you led the effort also in July earlier this year when that person escaped using bed sheets. It was the chocolate lab that ultimately led to his arrest, and now here we are again. You're talking about a canine moving in and basically disabling Cavalcante. Can you just kind of talk about the having canines and their use and how much of an asset they are when you're trying to navigate tough terrain and track down dangerous people?
Sure. I mean, in the case of Tucker, he was kind of a civilian. I would say we deputized, and brought him in. He's now an honorary member of PSP, but lab. But he was not involved in this. That was in Warren that this gentleman was referring to. Just, you know, I believe it's a Shepherd or a Belgian Malinois. Just 1 minute, if I can come back to this gentleman, I apologize. In any event, canines play a very important role, not only for tracking, but also for, just like in a circumstance like this, safely capturing someone. Far better that we're able to release a patrol dog like this and have them subdue the individual than have to use lethal force. And so, again, our preference is always to use other means. Canines play a very important role.
For those of us who aren't familiar with the area, can you tell us a little bit more about
He was in the wooded area, again, west of PA 100 there. PA 100.
Are you aware of how he was getting nourishment and, liquids?
No, that'll all be part of the interview we'll attempt to do. Whether he'll talk to us or not, that's obviously entirely up to him. But that will be something that we'll be asking.
Sir, at this juncture, can you release where he worked in Chester County prior to his 2021 arrest for homicide?
Unfortunately, I don't have the list of those locations. I know that he did a variety of jobs installing flooring, but I don't have the specific list of work locations.
How long will he be at the Avondale Barracks?
Long enough for us to process him, and however long an interview lasts with him. I don't expect it to be for a very extended period of time, and again, at that point, he'll be transported to an SCI.
Sir, was there any concern that he would team up with another small man to step inside of a trench coat, Little Rascal style?
No.
Can you give us more detail on the actual encounter with the dog? Did the dog tackle him, bite him?
Again, I didn't see this specific capture. What I would tell you is the way those dogs are trained is to simply go to the person. They will grab whatever is closest for them to grab, and then they are trained to detain that individual. They don't just keep biting and releasing or trying to cause additional injury. They simply grab onto and try and hold that person in place until officers can get there. So that's why they're never released at some great distance or unsupervised. There are officers close by who can then move in. The handler can immediately pull the dog back off of they give him a command, pull the dog back off, and then officers take over from there. He did.
You mentioned
I don't have the name right now.
Was there any body cam footage or doggy cam footage in the situation of him getting the arrest, anything happening?
Not that I'm aware of.
And then secondly, Border Patrol, are they here?
Yes.
Can we talk about the expertise of Border Patrol being here to make that arrest?
Do you want to?
What your experience played in, how that made if you could step up?
Sure.
Now, Border Patrol is trained in tracking and pursuing. From the time an agent comes on duty, assigned to the southwest border, they get lots of experience tracking and trailing people. And then with our technology and other resources, that just aids in the searches like this one.
Different terrain than normally what you're working with, correct?
So Border Patrol is assigned to both the northern border and the southwest border. So we got training and experience in all types of terrain.
Just tell us specifically what you did here. What did you do here to capture this man?
We assisted the federal, state, and local partners with our resources, whether performing observation at night, searches during the day, searches during night, and then obviously we had our tactical teams here.
Question for Governor Shapiro. Governor, yesterday you described just not 24 hours ago right here that you were calm and that your commanders over this operation were also calm. In hindsight, how did you balance the obvious pressures from outside that were forever saying, find him yesterday?
Look, we had a job to do, and that was to capture Cavalcante. And I had the absolute best team working on this. I'm proud to be associated with the Pennsylvania State Police and all the law enforcement leaders who were behind me, federal, state, and local. We knew we had the best, and we knew, as Colonel Bivens said multiple times, he was desperate, and it was just a matter of time. I couldn't be more proud of them. And I want to come back to two questions over here that are related to Mr. Holden's question. One was about the assets that we deployed beyond the people. I hope that the public takes great pride in the technology, in the canines, and in all of the assets that were brought to bear here. We ask a lot of the public through their tax dollars to support the police, to support law enforcement at every level. And they got a front row seat here in Chester County and across Pennsylvania to see the extraordinary work not only these individuals do, but the great technology we're able to bring to bear to ultimately capture dangerous suspects like this. The public should take great pride in that. And then to the gentleman's question there in the suit, folks, whoever had their Eagles hoodie stolen, if you could let us know, I'll do my best to get you one of those new Kelly Green ones, okay?
Governor, can I just ask you, two escapes two different individuals from the same prison in the same year. What do you say to people who live in this area and say, what is happening at the Chester County Prison, and what are you guys going to do moving forward to try and prevent this kind of thing from ever happening again?
Here in Pennsylvania, our system may be a little different from other states. We have state correctional institutions, and then we have county jails. In this case, the Chester County Jail is run by Chester County officials. They'll answer those questions as to what occurred and what changes are ultimately going to be made. Certainly, the State Department of Corrections will be here to assist in any reviews or in any other work that they need done to make sure that that facility is secured. They obviously have a lot of work to do there, and I'm confident under the leadership of Chairwoman Moskowitz and District Attorney Ryan and other leaders in the county, they'll get that done.
Is it estimated that the cost of the manhunt is about $1 million a day?
I can't, put a price tag on it. We'll do our best to make sure that whatever can be tallied up is and is shared with the public. At the state level, I can't speak for our local or federal partners.
Governor, you mentioned the pattern of what time of day you were traveling. Were there any other patterns that you picked up on that were key in tracking and containing him and then ultimately catching him?
There were a number of things that that we picked up on, and he didn't follow the same pattern every single time. Seemed to like to travel via creek beds. He liked other paths of less resistance, wood lines, power lines, gas lines, that type of thing. And that's actually fairly normal. Nobody wants to have to force their way through very heavy underbrush and things. And again, I mentioned the time of day, but all of that combined with some outstanding work and technology is really what brought this to a successful conclusion.
People in Chester County are grateful for your efforts. I know you mentioned on Friday you were asked about containment and capture. Ultimately, that tactic was successful. Anyone that you would like to thank at this time? I know Landhope donated breakfast yesterday. Wawa has been big help with lunch. Any small businesses you'd like to thank? And then again, the people of Chester County.
I will tell you that we have been compiling a list, and I don't want to stand here right now because I will absolutely miss many. Some of those that you mentioned have been outstanding supporters of us, and I thank them. We will publish a list of all who helped us out, because we are very, very appreciative. That level of support is really one of the things that allows our people to focus on the task at hand and to try and be successful even quicker than we might otherwise have to be. When I gave you all a tour of the facility in here, I talked a lot about logistics and the support that's required to field a team of 3, 4, 5 or more hundred law enforcement officers out there. It takes a lot to put it out there, and so the help of all of those folks, the help of the average person who stopped by and dropped off a case of water was very much appreciated, not only for the case of water, but also just for the kind thoughts of and words of support that they always included when they dropped that off.
And also you contained and captured, so that tactic was the way to go.
Yes, as I said, we always take a multifaceted approach. And so depending on the circumstances, there's always a contingency, and we're always prepared to move in whatever direction we need to.
Were officers wearing body cameras and will that footage be released?
I'm sorry?
Were officers wearing any body cameras and will that?
Oh, come on, Signal. Maybe some of the media are watching. Media, if you're watching, ask if anyone is eligible for the reward.
It was a DEA fixed-wing aircraft. I believe that's South Covington. I would have to look at a map. We were operating in several townships there, but again, it was north of Prizer and west of PA 100.
Sir, where were you when this all happened? And do you have a personal feeling of satisfaction for 14 days of very long, hard work? How does this feel for you this morning?
I was here in the command post when the capture occurred, and yes, I'm very happy that this occurred and that no one was injured. It brought a new level of danger for all of our people out here in the field when we knew that he obtained a firearm. And so for me, the biggest sense of relief is that no one in the community was harmed and no law enforcement officer was harmed either. So that's the win.
Sir,
Yes, sir.
was he mobile the whole time, or did he set up a base camp?
No, I believe he was more mobile the entire time.
Sir, what prison is he being transported to?
We're not releasing that, but it is going to be a state correctional facility, and once he is secure there, I believe they will release where he is being housed.
Lieutenant Colonel Bivens, you said that multiple people attempted to help him. Did he have any means of communication to reach out to those people and coordinate with them as to where he was?
He did not at the time that we captured him. Yes, ma'am.
You said the fatal force was authorized unless he surrendered, and he told us he did not surrender. Did he try to use his gun in any way this morning? I know he had it on him, but also, what about the decision not to use fatal force, given that he, I understand, did not surrender?
Well, as I addressed a few minutes ago, yes, he had the firearm with him. Yes, he was a threat. He did not have an opportunity. I believe he was taken by surprise, and I believe the canine played a large role in him not being able to utilize that firearm. What I would tell you is, again, that it is our last choice, our last preference to use lethal force. And so while there were other options, the team did the responsible thing, did what they're trained and what we expect, and they used other options. And again, lethal force is always the last option.
He's going in for questioning. What kinds of information are you maybe trying to get from him? Like, what kinds of questions will you ask?
We have the criminal investigators that have been involved in this, everything from the escape up through the time that he has been on the run. I'm sure all of that will be included in their list of questions. Whether he'll choose to talk, I have no idea, and that will be his choice.
Can you assure and guarantee the public that this man will not escape again, because clearly he has the ability to do that? Can you say that now?
I can assure you he will not escape while he is in our custody. He will be turned over to a state correctional institution. I have every confidence that they will be able to safely and securely house him as well.
Lieutenant Colonel, was he in the perimeter of the perimeter that you had outlined yesterday? Was that?
He was.
He was.
Yes, sir.
How close to the edge of the perimeter was he? You know, where in the perimeter?
It was within the perimeter, and he would have been within a few hundred yards of the eastern edge of the perimeter.
Colonel, in terms of the public being involved, there was videos surfacing of vigilantes in Chester County trying to get involved in this case. Moving forward, if something like this happens again, what would you tell the public in regards to getting involved in a case like this?
I would ask them the same thing that I asked this time, and that is, please don't come out and try to become involved like that. You potentially take away resources that would otherwise be spent on the search trying to deal with those individuals, and we don't want one of them to get hurt unintentionally.
How far was the capture from where the burglary happened last night?
Within a quarter mile.
Colonel, once processed,
It wasn't a burglary. It was an alarm, by the way. But
once processed, any idea in ballpark time until transfer?
it depends on whether he is cooperative and is interviewed. That could take minutes to hours, but I don't have the answer yet. Whether
Does he
he's,
have a lawyer, you know?
I'm not aware of that.
Sir, do we know if his sister and mother entered the country via Puerto Rico as well?
I don't believe his mother is here, and I don't have that information immediately available here about where they entered. As I said, his sister, though, is in the process of being deported now.
We have time for 2 more questions.
Lieutenant Colonel, after everything that you've been through, seen with Cavalcante, once that interpreter is there, do you plan on having a conversation with him, asking him anything about all this?
No. The investigators are quite competent. They'll gather the information that we believe is important if they're able to, and I'm confident that everything we need will be gathered in that way. There's no reason for me to have a personal discussion with him.
What's your message to anybody else who tried to escape?
Well, I think it's a very bad idea, obviously, and we will be here should something like this occur again. We'll put the team back together, and we'll be right back out after them. Okay? Thank you all.
Thank you, everybody.
So exciting. That was so exciting, oh my word. Okay, so, sure, we got that. Okay. Don't worry, we're going to go over the mother's interview. Don't you worry. I want to show you a few things, okay? So stand by. You know I'm taking notes. Please know the dog's name was not Tucker. He was referring to a previous event. It wasn't Tucker in this case, okay? So just know that. We can't be like, yay, Tucker, because it wasn't Tucker, but I do want to know what was the dog's name? And is anyone eligible for the reward? Because there was a lady that saw him crouched on the side of the road. That's what she thought. She saw him and she called it in, and so they zoned in on that area. And I mean, That's part of the capture, right? Let me show you this because you guys were asking for this as well, just to see it again. I'll show you the map again, so stay here with me. Don't you go anywhere. We're going to be recapping some of this now, okay? I hope the boost was good. I boosted it even more there at the end with the questions because it started getting a little bit soft there, okay? I've made some notes. We're going to go over that. I just want to show you here how they were literally wiping his head. And why was he injured like this? Because the dog got him. He was hiding within the perimeter. I'll show you the map again. If you were here at the beginning of the stream, you already saw it. If you weren't, don't worry. We're going to look at it again so I can show you exactly where he was captured. It was very close. They said a couple of, 100 yards or what? To the eastern border of that perimeter that they'd set up. So that's, sure, he was in it, but like, whew, was he going to escape that perimeter again or what? So hectic. Okay, so Charlotte said, thank you, Grizzly, for your coverage from the very beginning. We locals very much appreciate you. Thank you so much. And I'm going to thank a few people as well after this. So let's just quickly look at this. I'm going to show you this footage here. Look, they're dabbing his head there for photo time, I guess. Dab, dab. Sure, this must have been humiliating for him to pose there for photo time. Never mind being captured, of course. I don't have the sound on for this video. I'm just showing you the footage here. Anna said, I'm from Sweden, so I followed every case you've been breaking. Thank you so much, Anna. Really appreciate it. Look at them all surrounding him. Sure. Little Snappy's got his little braids on. He braided his hair a little bit. Oh, my word. Can you believe it? And this, I think this is from the scene, yeah, where they captured him. Look at the wood and everything there. They did say it's like, at a shed. Well, they could see the vehicle there. At Little's, which is a John Deere dealer within the perimeter, and they surprised him. So he must have been so tired. He must have been sleepy as hell. Thank you so much, CK. Really appreciate it. Yeah, now they're going to be walking a little bit, getting ready for that photo time. You can see the boots are big for him. 1 foot before the other. There we go. Great Dane Mom, thank you for becoming a super supporter. Really appreciate it. Yoda Mama says, wasn't the homeowner injured? Yep. This that he's carrying is also, that's the rifle that he stole. So I'm guessing the owner will get it back, I think. Somebody said it's a little, is it an illegal gun because he sold it off or what? I don't know. Maybe he'll get it back, maybe not. And then Cavalcante stole someone's Eagles hoodie, Philadelphia Eagles hoodie. Shame. Yeah, Just Joe is like, big boots, lol. He got the little shoesies, those little prison, those white Velcro strap prison shoes that he initially had were waterlogged and they got stuck in the mud. That was 2 nights ago, I believe, when he went into someone's garage and then grabbed a .22 caliber rifle with a scope. Remember that, and a flashlight. And he actually shot at that owner. The owner shot at him 7 times. They'd said there was no visible blood staining or anything, so they didn't think that he was shot. And so the injuries that you see on his face and all the blood is from his head being injured from the canine. Right on, Josephine says, Bear, is that Bear Hack to G or Bear? Grizzly Strong, thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Yeah, here he is. Yeah, those boots definitely do look big for him. Yeah, that slowed him down a bit. And he also got rid of that green sweater, if you missed that. Sometime last night, I was listening to the scanner and to all the streams going on. Of course, always listening, always lurking. Many things were said. I mean, at some point, they're like, we heard a sound. Okay, no, they think it was a walnut falling down or something like that. I was like, a walnut? So there were lots of things. But they said that they got a heat signal. So the thermal imagery, they got a sighting of a man is what they thought they saw. A heat signal, they traced that, followed that, and then a storm pulled in. I saw that as well. The weather pulled in, and they said that these, the tactical teams, they just sealed that perimeter as much as they could, and they just stayed there in that storm. That must have been such a tough night. They couldn't, leave it, because they needed to stay there, stay on it. The aircraft had to leave, So they stayed there throughout the night, and then they got him in the morning at around 8:18 a.m. Just after 8 a.m. is when they got him. This morning. Yes. And Jill's like, walnut? Yeah. There's been a lot of false alarms in this case and a lot of things that didn't pan out. But this did. This was so exciting. So exciting. You're like, who braided his hair? I think he must have. Autumn said the K9 needs to gargle and brush his teeth. Yes, he does. Now they're getting ready for photo time. Colleen said, did you hear the reporter's little rascals comment? I didn't. What did they say about little rascals? Do tell. Look, they're posing for photo time now. If you missed this, we're showing you again. They first wiped his face a little bit, you know. And then they dabbed that face. Dab, get ready for photo. Everybody pose, getting ready. I mean, they deserve this photo op, right? Someone earlier said it was a little cringy. I think they deserve this photo moment. It's just they're going to remember this forever. I mean, I wonder if this is this the dog? Is this the dog? That would be so cool if that's the dog. What's this dog's name? And why don't they say who the K9 is, right? Yeah. Caroline says, their slogan, nothing runs like a deer. Another cute thing about this capture. And little Snappy, sorry for the little name, but the little guy, okay, he was caught at a place called Little's. How's that? I missed the little rascal comment. Tell me again, remind me what it was. Okay, so continuing to look at this, we're going to look at that article of what his mother said, which is like, wow, the most enabling baby boy behavior I've ever heard of. And you know that's saying a lot. I was like, sorry, what now? Yes, don't forget about the victims. Of course not. I'm so glad that they mentioned Deborah and her family. And there's also Victor dos Reis that he murdered in Brazil, a student who owed him some money for car repairs. So I don't have that picture downloaded right now, but I did show it to you, I think 2 streams ago. So I'm glad that Deborah's sister and children can also breathe easier now. They were so scared. So never forget. And thank you so much to Grizzly Cat for sharing Deborah's pictures so much on X, formerly known as Twitter, that it actually started trending and getting traction. Thank you so much. Grizzly Cat literally started that, and I was also posting some of it, and then you Grizzlies got going on it, and it really helped. So thank you so much for that, everyone. Karen said, you are the best, Grizzly K. Thank you for your very hard work. Thank you so much. Thank you. Okay, so... wow, that dog really got him on the head. They're like, we released the dogs. Okay, Michael said, the reporter asked if police were concerned he would find another short person, find a trench coat, and escape Little Rascal style. Oh my word, I missed that phrasing. And escape Little Rascal style, wow. Oh man, this must be so... what a feeling for him, like to be standing there like, oh my word, after all that, they got him. Jeez. Death Angel said, gee, they said shepherd. So it was most likely the tan dog that gets pulled out at the end. Okay. Oh yeah, he did say shepherd, that's true. Or he said some other name. I was like, what kind of dog is that now? Yes. You like the dog braided his hair. This footage is... oh, I'll put it in the link afterwards in the description box, right? Kerry said there are 2 dogs in this footage, so not sure which one. So people are now saying it's probably the tan one. Isn't the other one like a black lab or something? But I'm so glad. So between Fleur, the thermal imagery technology, and the dog. So the tipster firstly saw him crouching down on the side of the road, called it in, and they already started swarming that area. This was in the last 48 hours or so, right? So yesterday at the press conference, they talked about that. So at least they had a general area in that perimeter to look at because of that lady that called it in. And I hope she gets some of the reward, you know? So there's the tipster. Oh, there he goes. Get in the van. And there was a tipster. Then the Fleur technology with a fixed-wing plane, which I wonder if it was that PC-12. And if so, it was Koberger's plane. I know we don't want to call it that, but remember that PC-12 from Pennsylvania transported Koberger back to, who by the way is back in court today. Yes, they're going to decide if there's going to be cameras or not and all of that, so there's lots to follow always. Yeah, thank you so much. You say one is brown, so blends in. Camouflage. I'm so excited about this, oh my word. So he was actually captured on day 14. I'm going to read you the article talking about the Cavalcante's mother's statements. Then we're going to go through some bullet points of what they said at this press conference. So if you're up for that, stay here with us. And I'm also going to thank some people because this was quite a time, hey? Quite a time. Look at them cutting off the shirt. I don't know. Do we have to see it again? I don't think we have to see this again. Do we? They cut off his shirt, okay, because they can't uncuff him. You see there? Shame, Philadelphia Eagles shirt. Sorry about that. Better to just chuck that away, right? There he is. Whoa, Now in his underpants he wore for 14 days. Probably. But I mean, sure, the guy, he really was determined, and the team was more determined, as Lieutenant Colonel Bivens said. Sierra said low caliber walnut nut must have hit him on the head. Right. Rosemary said, was that blood running down the forehead? Yep, it was. It was from the dog. I showed you the picture. Someone in chat said they think that's uncalled for, but I mean, I don't know. There it is. It's been a long time. This is a superficial injury of sorts. To me, it looks pretty bad, but they did say, you know, head injuries bleed a lot, so there it is. There it is. So these little braids. Oh, my word. And the Philadelphia Eagles hoodie that he stole. Yes, indeed. They cut his shirt off so that they don't have to uncuff him. That's why. Okay? Whoa, whoa, whoa. Let's just take this over here. I'm going to just go back so that I know how to link that for you. And then what I want to show you quickly is this one. Oh, my goodness. I'll just take this picture off now. All right. So, yeah, they can't risk uncuffing him to get the shirt off and all that. Hell no, they can't do that. So they just kept the cuffs on, cut the shirt right off, and off they go. So now he's going to be taken to a state correctional institution, facility, state correctional facility. Probably maximum security, yes, and probably solitary confinement for a very long time. I don't know if he's ever going to get rec time again, actually. Honey Bunny says he's the definition of stank. Now listen to this, okay? Now brace yourself. Trigger warning, okay? Do we need our trigger bunny? We actually need the horror hog. Where the frick is the horror hog? That's what we need. The horror hog for this article. My goodness, I was so mad. This is the first thing I saw this morning. Early. I was like, sorry, what? So horror hog time. There we go. Belgian Malinois was the other breed. Thank you so much. Really appreciate that, Death Angel. So they say Pennsylvania fugitive has been trained for survival, his mother says, okay? They say in her first interview, Danelo Cavalcante's mother said that her son had killed 2 people, but she insisted that he was not a threat to the public. Oh, really? So he killed 2 people. He attempted murder on someone whose house he broke into. Cool, cool, cool. Good to know. He wasn't a threat to anyone. Like, yeah, right. He was always extremely dangerous. Oh, my goodness. So they say here, let me just take away some of this advertising for you, or the side space. Always like to make it visually nice for you, so hold on. We'll go like this, and like this, and there we go. Okay, Danelo Cavalcante, the Pennsylvania prison escapee, has now been roaming wooded areas and small suburban towns for nearly 2 weeks, and he was caught today. This morning, shortly after 8 a.m. on the scanner, it was at 8:18 a.m., okay? So they say for nearly 2 weeks, presumably with no shelter and little to eat or drink, as he flees the hundreds of police officers desperately searching for him. Back home in rural Brazil, his mother, Iracema Cavalcante, sees her son. So they say back home in rural Brazil, his mother. So I'm thinking his mother's in Brazil. You know, I've been wondering about this for a while. You know, is she in Brazil or where? His sister's being deported as well, so she'll probably be back in Brazil soon. Okay. And so they say back home in rural Brazil, his mother, Iracema Cavalcante, sees a son whose life has trained him to live alone and overcome hardships, preparing him for his long flight from the authorities after being convicted of murdering his ex-girlfriend. But Miss Cavalcante, while saying her son stabbed his ex-girlfriend in Pennsylvania in 2021 and murdered a man in Brazil in 2017, insists that her son, even if armed, did not pose a threat to anyone. He is just fighting to survive, she said, as he has for much of his life. His training was his suffering, said Miss Cavalcante in her first interview since her son escaped the prison last month. It was going to sleep hungry. It was waking up as I wondered what to feed them. BB says, but they did uncuff him. I don't see that. They uncuffed him? Once they had those cuffs on, they cut that shirt off. So here they say his training was his suffering, right? So he's used to being hungry is what she's saying. Mr. Cavalcante never went to school, she said, and instead began working at the age of 5. He first shined shoes, then sold vegetables in the market, and by the age of 7 was working in the fields on someone else's farm, she said. We're poor, we're humble, but we're workers, Miss Cavalcante said in a nearly hour-long interview on Tuesday morning. What we have, we fought to get, okay? Then they said the authorities in Pennsylvania said that upbringing had most likely made Mr. Cavalcante far more difficult to catch. It's not, now she said, Oh, sorry, this is Lieutenant Colonel Bivens. Hold on. He said, "It's not surprising to me that he's able to last out there." Lieutenant Colonel George Bivens of the Pennsylvania State Police told reporters last week, "The whole goal here is not a contest of how much can you take out there. It's how much can we stress you? How much can we push you that you make a mistake and we capture you?" Okay, so we got that. Okay, if they uncuffed him, I mean, I'm mostly watching the chat here. If they uncuffed him, then, I don't know, they just cut his shirt off because it's not his shirt. It's not his shirt. Okay, so far, Mr. Cavalcante has not made that mistake. On Monday evening, however, he took a risk, entering an open garage to steal a rifle, and then coming under fire from the homeowner he robbed. But he got away again, and is now armed, heightening fears that he poses an even greater risk to the public. If you're just joining the stream now, he was caught. He was caught. There was a press conference. They've gone over everything, okay? So they said Mr. Cavalcante has been on the run since he walked up to a wall. Okay, that we know as well. Ms. Cavalcante did not dispute her son's guilt in both murders, but she also argued that in both cases he was cornered, suggesting that his ex-girlfriend had threatened to turn him into the authorities and that the man he shot dead in 2017 had wanted to kill Mr. Cavalcante first. Okay, so you're trying to say the victim, Deborah, that he stabbed 38 times in front of her own children. Oh, yeah. It's her fault. She was cornering him. What? I was like, I was so angry this morning. When I read this, I was like, oh my, snark tank full already. Good morning. So, and saying that the other guy as well, he wanted to kill him first, right? Oh, okay. Diane said they cut his clothes off and uncuffed his left wrist to confirm or take pics of his tattoos. No visible tattoos that we could see when he escaped, but then eventually we saw those tattoos on his back. Diona said, "Thank you for all the late night streaming, doing research for this manhunt. Map time is so helpful." It is, right? Map time is so helpful. That police dog deserves a steak dinner tonight. Well done. I hope they spoil the dog, right? I hope they do. I'm sure they will, right? Yeah, Dolly Daydream says, "I don't care. A lot of people have had bad lives." This is enabling, it reminds me a little bit of Roberta Laundry, but it's worse. To me, it's worse, right? Because it's like literally saying, well, that guy, he was going to kill him first. And that lady, she cornered him. And then they say, in the case of his ex-girlfriend, Mr. Cavalcante was convicted of stabbing her nearly 40 times in front of her children. She says this, okay? She says, did it happen? It happened, Miss Cavalcante said. But it happened because of the strange hold she put on him. The stance that she took with him. I mean, lady. This is so bad. This is so terrible. You cannot say that. What about all the other DV incidents? What about when he bit her lip that it bled? What about when he chased her around the kitchen with a knife? What about, when he was so drunk and abusing her? And then to stab her 38 times. First in the back while she was unloading groceries. Then she fell to the ground in front of her 7-year-old daughter and 4-year-old son. And you want to sit here and say it happened because of the strange hold that she put on him. The stance she took with him. No, lady, no. That kind of talk is not welcome here. Okay. Grumpy Bunny said, imagine taking the hoodie with no cuffs. Cutting it off was the safest way. That's what I was thinking. Okay. And so she added, it wasn't femicide. He had to. He had no other choice. I can't, you guys. I can't deal. Please snark it up with me. Mama of 3 said, when you have time, could you show Hero Dog again? I missed it. Well, you could always go back, right? Because otherwise we're going to sit forever and ever, right? But you said, could you show? I didn't see Hero Dog. I'm going to have to go and look at the footage again because I'm looking at like 8 different places and I didn't even see the tan dog that's blending in the crowd. So I'll have to review it. And if I find a picture, I'm definitely going to screenshot it and put it on social media unless it's already out there. Then I will look for it and repost that. So, you said, I missed it. Thank you for all you do. Wonderful seeing so many proud Grizzlies and other YouTubers. Yeah, I know the other chats. They're very proud, very much there. Thank you, everyone. Okay, you guys are starting to snark it up, I could see. It is so wrong. How can you say it wasn't femicide? It was, okay? If he had to. He had no other choice. Wow, upbringing. Wow. Pat May says it was reported that Cavalcante shot his friend in a bar after the friend wouldn't pay him for work that he did on his friend's car. I know, right? We've gone over it. We've looked at the case and everything in detail as much as we could. We've seen pictures of that victim as well. What? I can't believe she said he had no other choice. Ms. Cavalcante said her son should face consequences for his crimes, but she argued that life in prison or a death at the hands of the police was unjust. She said, if I said my son didn't make a mistake, I'd be lying. I know what my son did was wrong. I know my son should pay for his mistake, but I want my son to pay for his mistake with dignity. Whoa, dignity out the window long ago. Okay, Cesar says, I'm Brazilian. Danilo, the correct name, Danilo, I know, right? I know. Here in Brazil, later sounds like Danilo killed his friend in Brazil only because this friend didn't pay Danilo for his fixed car. I know, right? Thank you so much, Cesar. Really appreciate it. So she said not to pay with his life. Oh, what about Deborah's life? What about Victor's life? The police have been blasting an audio recording. We heard that, okay, where she's begging him to surrender safely. Peacefully, surrender peacefully. Okay, so there's that. As the interview unfolded and she reflected on her son's options, Ms. Cavalcante became more fatalistic. She said that faced with life in a maximum security prison, he may be better off dying now than turning himself in. She's like, he must be caught with dignity. And then she's like, you know what? If they catch him, yeah, he's better off just dying now. She said, if it's go to a place to suffer and die in that place, it's better to die soon. You don't have to suffer so much just to die later. Whoa. Obsessed for Disneyland says, gee, law enforcement never gave up and finally got their man. Yes, they did. And thank you for being a member for 7 months. So she added, today I see my son as dead. In a strange place. Trampled. Everyone lying about him. Saying he's something that he's not. No, he's a killer. He killed 2 people. He's a DV aggressor, a killer, a coercive controller, from what we heard from the relationship, how much he controlled everything, all of the above, and he was a fugitive killer on the run. Okay, and yeah, so many things. Wow, okay. She said if she could send a message to her son now, it would not be a plea to turn himself in, but rather that he ask God to forgive him for what he did. Ah, so you're going to take back the statement you made for the helicopters to play, right? And they say Mr. Cavalcante spent most of his life in the rural backlands of the Brazilian savannah. The family moved from one town to the next as Mr. Cavalcante's father sought work as a laborer on farms. In 2014, the family arrived in the outskirts of a small town called Figueirópolis. I don't know. So sorry. I'm so sorry to all the Brazilians and Portuguese for butchering that word. I'm very sorry. I tried to say it. Darlene said, I learned firsthand that 99% of the time, a mother of bad child will defend them with excuses. Yeah, even Ted Bundy's mother was like that. She's like, right, who's for apple pie and ice cream? Because she just would never believe that Ted Bundy, her son, did what he did. You know, so when they played the tapes where he confessed, she said, who's for apple pie and ice cream? Denial, right? This sounds less like denial and more like victim blaming to me. So here they say, Danelo Cavalcante landed a job as a manager on a cattle ranch, according to his mother. Interesting, because he stole the vehicle in this manhunt time from a dairy farm. He was used to calming the cows down. Okay. So then, no, he's not going back to Brazil first. No, for the person asking. Sorry, I just saw that fly by. And so they said his family bought a plot of land next door where they raised cattle and horses. But Mr. Cavalcante's time there was cut short when a warrant was issued for his arrest. It sounds so funny that the word. His time was cut short there. Okay. When they issued, this arrest warrant. Also, yes, I believe that Victor was shot in a diner because we went over that story before and his sister actually had given an interview which was then translated. So if you didn't see that, it is timestamped on one of the streams a few days ago. Okay? And so they say it was cut short when this warrant for his arrest was in connection with the shooting death of Walter Junior Moreira dos Reis in a public square in 2017. The Brazilian authorities said Mr. Cavalcante shot Mr. Moreira over an unsettled debt related to the repair of a vehicle. After fleeing the crime scene, Mr. Cavalcante hid out for several weeks before reaching the United States in January 2018. So you see, hid out for several weeks. That's where they say Amazon jungle. That's where you apparently hid out. Mrs. ChatGPT4 says, I'm glad you're covering the other aspects of all this, like this part of the story. Yeah, you're an inspiration. Thank you so much. Thanks, Grizzly and the Grizzlies. Hashtag dogs rule. Aren't dogs just the best? And Fury, okay. Fury, the cat. All animals. We love animals. Okay. So they say he went there to work, to change his life, to get somewhere. Okay, let's just back that up later. He went there as an illegal immigrant to resist, to run from being arrested after murdering someone. We just got to have a reality check here. She said, noting that her son loved life in the United States. Yeah, we heard. He was very drunk and beating Deborah up. He loved it. I mean, come on. Oh, my word. She said, he felt at home there, she added, except he didn't know what was waiting for him there. I don't know what was waiting for him there. Stabbing someone 38 times and then, he got arrested. And they were so damn naughty, he escaped out of the freaking Chester County prison. Yeah, he had no idea what was waiting for him there. My goodness, the things he's been through. It's just like unbelievable, right? It's unbelievable. Okay, so let me... Was it this one? I'm going to play this for you again. So to the person who bought the sticker earlier. What is your name again? Sorry about that. I will play it again because I want to go over the bullet points while I do. Challenge accepted. How long is this video? 10 minutes exactly. Okay. Can I do my bullet points in 10 minutes? That's the challenge. If it doesn't work out, it's okay. Look out for the dog. Okay, screenshot it and send it to me if you see it. Okay? Yeah, Carrie says, grr, always the victim, never his fault. So I think his mama's stance is evidence of how he became a baby boy. A snot cop. Yeah, stoute kabouter. Shame. That was quite hectic. Yeah, the K9 got the guy. K9. All right, so here they go. Here we go. We're going to play it without sound because I'm going to be giving you the bullet points from the press conference so we can discuss, okay? I'm now glancing as well. I want to see the dog. I'm like, and then you tell me. Okay, you screenshot and send it to grizzlytruecrime@gmail.com. Okay. Just hold on one second. Juliana said, Grizzly, his first victim is Walter Jr., not Victor. Lol, I know it's a different name for you as you're foreign. What did I say? His first victim is Walter Jr. That's true, that's true. You're right. I don't know what I said. Sorry. Back it up. We've gone over that before. Yes, so if I just said something too fastly, I don't know now. Betsy Jean said, this is such good news to wake up to. Okay, thank you so much. I was trying to put your stick on the screen. Didn't want to. Sorry about that. Okay, here we go. So they said after midnight last night, they got a heat signal. Okay, firstly, after midnight last night, a burglar alarm went off. There wasn't a burglary. They said a burglar alarm went off along Prizer Road. So if you were listening to the scanner, you'll remember there was a lot of talk on the scanner about Prizer Road. Lots of it. Okay, thank you, Betsy Jean. So then an aircraft with FLIR technology, the thermal imagery, okay, started flying over the area. And they got a heat signal west of PA 100 and north of Prizer. So again, there was a lot of talk on the scanner about Prizer Road. I heard that a lot last night and got a lot of emails about that. So that was in the perimeter. Then weather rolled in. And there was severe lightning, and storms raining and everything. The aircraft actually had to leave the area. Bernie, you said, oh gee, you're so appropriate. Snarkalicious. Oh, thank you so much. So then they said the aircraft had to leave, but tactical teams decided their superiors decided, you're staying there, okay? There was the heat signal, you're going to stay there in this area where we believe he is. So they tightened up that perimeter of where they thought he was, and they stayed there throughout the night in that storm. Yes, that must have really been a rough night for those tactical teams, which were BORTAC and CERT. CERT is Special Emergency Response Team, and BORTAC, we've looked at a whole deep dive of exactly who they are, also an elite tactical team. So then, after 8 a.m., they converged back at that area. Yes. They moved in quietly to where they thought he was. Okay. He did not realize that he was surrounded. BORTAC was there, and they decided, release the K9. Oh yes, they released the K9. The dog went in. He was busy, he was busy crawling. He was trying to crawl out of there with the rifle, so that could have turned dangerous real quick. But they released the K9. His name is not Tucker. That was referring to a different incident. But they released the K9. The dog subdued him. So the blood running down his face and all of that. Let me just see what you guys are showing me. You're showing me that. Oh, is that the dog in front? Someone sending me a screenshot. Nope, I still can't see it. You gotta circle it for me, okay? So, they said he didn't realize he was surrounded. They released the dog, and yeah, the injuries to the head was from that canine. Go canine! Then the team members moved in while the dog was attacking him. The dog bit him. Oh, where the dog got him. That was so cool. That must have been so cool. I would love to have been the fly on that wall. Part of the team. Yeah. Now, Divine Inhale says, where's the backpack? Last night on the scanner, they talked about finding a backpack with food in it. And there was this whole debate of could it be his or not, but why would he leave it behind? Why would he ditch his backpack? Like, I don't know why, but that must have been his backpack because they said what was he found with? All the clothes he was wearing and the rifle. He wasn't found with the backpack. Ocean Girl, Lockie was the one whose eyes were injured. I'm not sure if it was Lockie, but that'll be cool if it was Lockie. Do you guys remember Lockie? I've got a picture of Lockie on my community tab if you missed it. Ooh, photo time. Chester County Local Hero says, Shannon, thank you so much for your coverage. You're amazing, G. From @sol.advisor. Thank you so much, Shannon. I really appreciate it. Yes, SCI is a state correctional institute. Scalp wound. That's what he got. Okay. Janet says, give the canine a very big bone. He deserves it. I'm just going to pause this here quickly. There's the dog. This is the dog. I see it. Oh my word. It blends in really well. Damn. So here's a black dog and here's a tan dog. So it must be this one. Oh, very cool. I'll play it now again. How much time do I have? 5 minutes. 5 minutes for my bullet points. Let's go. So, well done to that dog. Look at it. Oh my word, that is just, what a hero. I just have to look at this dog. Let's zoom in a bit. Wow. Yes, buddy, you did it. I don't think it was a black dog. Wow. And I don't know, is that Lockie? It looks like Lockie. Do you guys remember Lockie? Just pause, everyone. Let's find a picture of Lockie. Hold on. I'm going to find it for you. I wonder if I either screenshotted it or downloaded it. Let's find. You should see all my screenshots. Lots of helicopter circles. Okay, let's see here. This was Lockie's. That looks like Lockie, right? What do you think? Oh my word, if it was Lockie, that would be so cool. They absolutely did not say it was a Rottweiler. They said Malinois. They said Shepherd or Malinois. Malinois, that one. Brooke said they are highly dedicated and eager to please the humans by doing their job. Same with labs and shepherds. Ooh, and 877 Swissman says, looks like Lockie is a Malinois. If it was Lockie, oh my word, that is just like, wow, imagine that. Sure, okay. We love we love our canine heroes. We do. Loki. You like Loki. I want to call him Lockie. Loki? I'm from South Africa, okay? We say it different. But if its name is really Loki, okay. Loki. Sorry about that. Loki. So then, let me play this. So, what they said was they moved in quietly. Cavalcante did not even realize that he's completely surrounded. But he acted then pretty quickly and like, oh my word, okay, start crawling. And they're like, release the dog, release the canine. Canine went in, bit him on the head. They said the dog subdued him. Yeah, that dog sure did subdue him, okay. Team members moved in. Medical personnel were eventually on scene to help a little bit with that scalp injury. And then they took him to the Avondale station. And then after an interview, they say extensive interview and all that. After an interview, he's going to be taken to a State Correctional Institute prison, SCI prison. Thank you. We saw the ground video of his transport. We did see that when I started the stream. Thank you so much. And so they said that Lieutenant Colonel Bivens was unflappable. I like that term, unflappable. I mean, he was the yes man. He was very much like, we've done amazing, okay? Keeping the team spirit up. That was a good tactic, actually, you know? Okay, we'll look, Carrie, we'll look. So then they took this photo, they had this photo time with a fugitive. Okay, and the gun here is the one he stole, apparently. And so, that's what Lieutenant Peter Pranzo told us earlier. They said BORTAC and PSP caught him, and I'm guessing then is CERT part of PSP, because later they said BORTAC and CERT were the ones to catch him. It was a DEA fixed-wing aircraft that used the flow technology, and they said that he was always desperate and not particularly skilled. There were people that intended to assist him, but they believe that they were successful at stopping that. So I still wonder if his sister really did try to drive a U-Haul into the area, because that is what was reported, right? Okay. So then they said there were 20 to 25 people there in the tactical team. So I'm guessing that went in, surrounded him. 20 to 25. Wow. He traveled late every evening, early morning hours. Sometimes they would push and then he'd move in the day. They said the dog was a shepherd and also that Malinois, that one. And there was no body cam. They did answer the question. There's no body cam that they know of this. I think Lieutenant Colonel Bevan said, not that I know of. I wonder though. Maybe not. Maybe not with the tactical team. I'm not sure. But there might not be body cam from how they answered of that actual moment where they released the canine and caught him. They talked about the Eagles hoodie that he's wearing that was stolen obviously from somewhere, from someone. And he would generally follow, obviously paths of least resistance. Yes, but they also said, meaning law enforcement, like avoiding them, okay? And he would follow creek beds, wood lines, gas lines, power lines, and paths of least resistance. Okay. Yeah, Tucker was a lab from another case, exactly. All right. So, let me just see. They were checking, apparently, I think they cut off his shirt because they were checking for other injuries. I don't know the exact answer, but it could be that. So there we go. Okay. Now we're going to see it again. Yeah, you're like, the body cam for sure was on the chest. They just don't want to share it. They probably don't want to share it. But how epic would that be to see? Oh my word, I wish they would. So, while we watch this, I would like to thank all my moderators. Thank you so much for all the hard work. Oh my word, it was often at last minute notice and for long hours and everything. Thank you so much for everything you do. Thank you also to MB Inc. He is a YouTuber. His channel is called MB, like Mike Bravo Inc. Thank you so much for sending me all the press conference links and updating me on things. Sometimes MB Inc. was the one to literally alert me. Even now, it's like, no, it's like for real, they've captured him. I'm like, for real though. And then I go back onto X and I'm like, just check. And I'm listening to the scanner. I'm like, are you for real? So thank you, MB Inc. for everything that you send me as well. Thank you to all of you in this community, including all patrons, members, all the new subscribers, lots of new faces here. Thanks to all the locals for all the information you sent me. I hope you can breathe easier. I know there's still locals that are very upset with the Chester County Prison because there was an escape in May and this was another escape, and they need to be held accountable for that. Yes, they do, especially from the way they handled the first escape was very casual from what I'm hearing from the locals. So they're very upset with that still, So I hope the locals are okay. Thank you so much for all the information that you shared. Grizzly Cat's like, MB Inc. If you guys, mods, if you do have the link for MB Inc., that would be amazing. If you guys do want to subscribe over there, MB Inc. is a great help sometimes as well to be like, hey, press conference is happening. I'm like, what? Mike Morrow said, send photo of dog during capture. Thank you so much, Mike Morrow. I've got so many emails to check, you guys. Oh my word. Thank you also to all the boots on the ground, guys. Initially it was Nick the Hat, and for a moment now, just don't forget about their past, okay? I know they've got a past. Everybody's warned me. I understand. But just for a moment. Yeah, man, they were on the boots on the ground for long hours. They were there working hard out there, okay? So thank you to them as well. It was initially myself on YouTube and Nick the Hat on Twitter covering this case. And I think that kind of got it a lot of traction as well. The combination of like YouTube and then X, which is formerly known as Twitter, and that just started getting everyone's interest, right? That was a good combination. It always is a good combination with some foreign YouTuber out there, some lady in the Netherlands, and then there's like local boots on the ground. That always works out very epically as well. So Nick the Hat and JLR were out there, boots on the ground, and I don't think they interfered in this investigation. They were there you know, keeping the boundaries and everything. So yeah, thanks to also to all the YouTubers that were redirecting to me, Recovery Addict, T-Rev. Also, you know when I got snarky when there was that reporter that asked a question about those YouTubers running around? Well, Iked Mel also got snarky. Yes, he did. I like that. I shared that on X as well. I'm like, oh, you reacted the same way as me. So that was pretty cool. Thanks also to Luke on X for all the information you shared. And also, don't forget, you guys, Andrew Averill, who made that map. The interactive map. Oh, my word. Do you guys remember? Where's that map? Here it is. Look at it. Look at it. Let's see if it was updated. That would be amazing. Is this updated? Let's see what's happening here. Capture. Look, they updated it. Everything. And you can see the name on top here, Andrew Averill. Thank you, Andrew, for your interactive map. It was so good. This took map time to the next level because we could then see, you know, all these little points of the scanner combined with the sightings and everything. I mean, we've been doing this map time here. So this is the perimeter. I'll show you that one again now. I'm just showing you on our map time, which you might be used to seeing. Denise, welcome, welcome. Look at the perimeter that they had been setting up, right? There was this Route 23, the 100, Fairview Road, and Nantmeal, and then this Iron Bridge Road, right? This was the perimeter. Look where they caught him. That's why they say he was here on this eastern border of the perimeter. Very short distance at this place called Little's Tractor Dealer. Oh no, are they feeling? That must be quite scary to be like, wait a minute, what? He was literally hiding out in our shed. I mean, that's quite hectic, right? Oh, thank you so much. Blueberry's like, G gets excited about good maps. I get so excited for maps, documents, press conferences, all the things we do here, all the information, you know, like to organize information, presentation, share it with you. Betsy Jean, welcome to Grizzly Supporter. So this is literally where he was caught, like just almost outside, right, of the perimeter, but in the perimeter. So that's pretty cool that he was in and he was caught at a place called Little's. And so if we could just go back to this interactive map, you can see it says capture area. So let's just click on this here. It says capture area 8:18 a.m. 9:13:23. That's so cool. And what's number 1 here? Officer reported hearing gunshots. Oh, did you hear that last night? That's where they're like, oh, there were gunshots. And then they said maybe it was a branch breaking or walnuts or something falling. I'm like, walnuts? What? That was going around on social media there. Mom of 3 said locals will only get the news by all of the YouTubers and they appreciate it. Right? Yes. You get mainstream media and then you get live stream media. We're a new era. Mainstreamers and live streamers. Patricia said, gee, because of you, we know so much. Then the bare facts we know about the victims and law enforcement. That's why Grizzlies are great. Thank you so much. Yeah, here at Grizzly True Crime, we do like to focus on the victims and their families. Always. We protect them. We support them. We got their back. And I'm so glad they can breathe easier now. Even though it's absolutely traumatic what happened to him. Those poor children, shame. Deborah's kids must have been terrified to be like, yes, he's finally gone to prison and then, well, to jail. No, he went to jail, yes, and he was going to be transported to prison within 30 days. Then he escaped. That must have been so scary. And you know where he initially went when he was seen on Ring Cam? That was pretty close to where they live. That must have been so scary. Hippie at Heart says, what a wonderful day. It is a wonderful day, right? If I forgot to thank anyone, I'm so sorry about that. I'm sorry about that. But thank you so much. Really appreciate everything that you guys sent me. Of course, for all the support. If you want to know how to support, it's all on grizzlytruecrime.com support page. Everyone who did all of that, thank you so much. So, sure, you guys have kept me going. Coffees and all. Look here, they said look there, dogs barking, report units moving in. This was an area where they said dogs. Remember yesterday? We added it to our little flyer. I even made another little flyer to say what to look out for. And I'm like, watch out. I wonder if that helped at all. You know what I mean? We made a little flyer yesterday saying, watch your dogs. If your dogs start barking at something outside, it might be him. Well, somebody called it in. The dogs were barking. There was a report. Hey, if you watched Grizzly True Crime and you saw that or saw the social media thing, thank you so much. That's cool. Pistol Amy said, dogs more than people, right? What a good boy. And yes, right? What a good boy. So happy this ended without another tragedy. And the locals can rest and relax now, especially Deborah's family. Yes. Yes, exactly. So, yeah, thank you so much, Andrew, for this interactive map. And Luke, who I mentioned as well on X, formerly Twitter, made a whole website with all kinds of resources as well. And all the YouTubers, including myself, you know, covering the case and everything. So that's pretty cool. Allison, welcome. Okay. Shannon said, I got all my first updates from you and the other YouTubers and Nick. All of us locals are very thankful for the communication. Thank you so much. Thank you. All right. So, I mean, I could go on and on. I'm not going to say. Should I have a Grizzly True Crime press conference and just like thank everyone? But really, I'm so grateful. And this was just so great. I can't believe this is the day. I'm telling you, when Mr. Grizzly comes home, I'll be like, we're going out for dinner. It was just so... What good news was this today? Honestly, don't you feel so happy? We need this in true crime. Oh my word. Eddie, don't worry. Thank you so much for your $10 super sticker. And you say, #1 band. Thank you so much. Thanks also to Phil on X, formerly known as Twitter, for making all those clips of my map time and everything I was doing. I was very busy with that. And then to Flight Radar 24. Man, we were following so many flights. Look, there's nothing going on here now. What are you doing, sir? Nothing is going on here. They don't need to search anymore. You know how much money that must have been? Seriously. Ooh, the cost of this search. It's probably like $14 million, huh? Probably. Maybe more. Maybe more. People were guessing it could be $1 million a day or something. Wow. So today's finally the day. Today was finally the day. So, guys, there's nothing really more to say. Okay, I'm going to link this video for you in case you didn't really see it or you want to watch it again. I will link it for you so that you can watch it again and any articles that I read to you. And now we all got to just relax. Just take a deep breath and relax, okay? I'll be back soon. There's lots happening in true crime, as I say. Brian Koberger is going to be back in court today. I'm going to guess they're going to be like, no cameras allowed. Like, they even cited freaking Lori Vallo's trial in the documents. I'm like, no. Okay, so anyway, they're going to be back in court. And then the Gareth Pursehouse trial continues again. It continued yesterday again. So the more footage will come out today, and I've still got to summarize all of that. Okay, so I'll be working on that. Thank you so much, Patty Shoemaker. Really appreciate it. And guys, I will see you all very soon again. Make sure that you are subscribed. You know how to do that, right? Subscribe. Am I subscribed here? This is from CBS 3 Philadelphia. I'm going to unsubscribe so you can see how to do it. Look here. Let me show you something. Because some people, they don't know how to do it. They ask me, how do I subscribe? Subscribing is free. I never expect anyone to be a member or a patron. I'm very grateful for those who are, okay? Thank you. But subscribing's free, man. So all you got to do is this. It's a white button. They say on mainstream, we're still calling it a red button. It's white for months already, okay? Click the white button, subscribe. Click it again and press all. Otherwise, you will not get the notifications. So that's what you have to do, okay? Subscribe, hit the button for all. You can also obviously like and share and do all those things. Thank you, Allison Miles. You say love your channel, G. And I will see you in the next one. If you do that, you should get notified. Okay, everyone, stay safe out there. And I'm going to go work through your emails now and do some timestamps. Bye.